Happy Cinco de Mayo and Revenge of the 5th. Or whatever. You know, whatever. Hi. Hi, I'm back. I don't know if you can hear it. I can still I can it's still I still sound weird. I've been sick. Again, seems like I always get sick. If anybody's sick around me, I'm going to get it, and it sucks. But hey, welcome to Order 42. I am Rob. It's good to see all of you here in the chat. How's it going? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a good Cinco de Mayo or a good Revenge of the 5th or Revenge of the 6th, as Max likes to say. I don't know which one is the actual. I thought Revenge of the 5th. I thought that's what it was. But hey, whatever. Whatever. So here's the thing. So let's see. Last stream, we just got back from Disney. That weekend, my brother was getting married. In fact, let's see. Yeah, there's the two of us at the wedding. Yeah. So he got married, and it was actually a really really nice wedding. He went on his what do you call it? His honeymoon. He went to Hawaii, which is very nice. And unfortunately, we got the news today that I guess so his mom, my ex stepmom, she passed away today. So I feel for him. It's just been like it's crazy. And because she was here probably 8 months ago. I didn't realize that was going to be, the last time I was going to see her. And again, she married my dad after my mom and my dad got divorced. And then they got divorced. She and my dad, his stepmom, or his mom, my stepmom. I guess about 13 to 15 years ago. So I haven't had much contact with her at all. She was there kind of through my high school years. And then, I got married and left home and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was really strange. It was really strange to hear all of that. The famous painting that I've shown off before on stream, which is buried somewhere in that closet. I don't even know if I can get to it. But that famous painting, she was the one that did that, or got it commissioned, I guess, after me and my wife got married. So yeah. Anyway, it's like I said, it's more of a bummer for my brother. Him having to go through that. I mean, I went through that a few years ago. It's not fun. Anytime somebody passes away, it's a, in a family situation, it's hard. So I don't know. He's still in Hawaii. Apparently he comes back tomorrow. I don't know. I have no idea if he's going up there because she lives in Canada somewhere. I don't know if he's going up there for the funeral. I don't know anything. But it's a congratulations and I'm sorry for your loss all at the same time. And it's really weird. But anyway, so yeah, at the wedding, I'm guessing somebody was sick and I got it and my dad got it actually. So it was weird. April didn't get sick and my dad's girlfriend didn't get sick either. So I'm like, what the heck happened? Who was it that, and it must have, my guess is it was one of the kids. But anyway, so I've been sick since last Monday and I just last week, there was no way that I could have done the show because this was, and I've talked about it before. There was that commercial a long time ago, allergy medication, where it was like, do you have big teddy bear head? And it was just a guy in a suit walking down the street with a big teddy bear head. And ever since then, it's like, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like my head is like super heavy. Uh, I could not. I couldn't have streamed last week if I tried. So anyway, I've been getting over that, and then at the same time, I was having like back spasms, and then it was shooting down like my like kind of like where like the middle of my butt cheek all the way down my leg, and apparently that's sciatica. So I don't know what I did. I have no idea, but the coughing hasn't helped at all, like at all. So I've been taking a lot of medication, and like I'm on all kinds of stuff right now. I'm on stuff for my back. It's just been a thing. So anyway, I watched a ton of TV. Like I caught up on all the streaming shows that I'd been missing out on. In fact, I still haven't even started For All Mankind, the latest season of For All Mankind. I'm looking forward to watching that, but I haven't even made it to that. I watched a bunch of movies, a ton of movies, like a ton. And yeah, so and then I got a thing. I figure since you're all here, you know, well, I mean maybe not everybody's here, but you know what I mean. 10 of you are here. I might as well show off the birthday present that I got for myself, kind of. So my dad gave me some money, and I was like, man, because I was like, I like the lightsaber that I got from Galaxy's Edge, but it doesn't have any, like, you can't customize it, you can't do anything cool, you know. It's very, very basic, those sabers. The experience was amazing, and I don't know if I would have traded for that. You know what I mean? Because it was moving. Like I told you about it. I got choked up, and it was just an amazing experience. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, of course. So yeah, I decided, or I was thinking, I was really, do I get this freaking saber? I don't know, man. I really want it. And this isn't something that's new. I've wanted this saber or a type of this saber for years. And suddenly I had the money to get it. And it was actually my dad that talked me into it. He said, how often are you going to get the chance to just go ahead and just drop the money on it? And I'm like, you know, you're right. You're right. I mean, I don't know if he was right, but he talked me into it. So again, there are many different saber places out there. A lot of different, I mean, I'd been doing research for like on and off for years. And one of the things that I was really kind of interested in is not so much making a custom saber, but getting one that looked like, well, my favorite lightsaber of all the lightsabers is Obi-Wan's lightsaber from A New Hope. But also, it basically turns into Luke's lightsaber, you know, from Return of the Jedi, when it lights up green and it's amazing, and you're just, oh my god! I dropped it in the chat last night, you know, because me and Ninjinzu were talking about it. He said, "What's your favorite scene in all of Star Wars?" I said, when in Return of the Jedi, when Luke flips off the edge of the skiff, he lands. R2-D2 shoots him his lightsaber, and he grabs it, and it's that one shot where it lands in his hand, he lights it, it's green. So the first time anybody had seen a green lightsaber, and then he turns, and then it's chaos, and it's action, and it's awesome, and it's Luke being a Jedi, and you're just, seriously, at 7 years old, I saw that in the theater opening weekend. I'm pretty sure it was opening weekend. Stood in the lines and all that stuff back in 1983. I even remember where I saw it. The old Six Flags Mall in Arlington. They didn't have a theater inside the mall. The general cinema was kind of a separate building in that same kind of parking lot. That's where we saw Return of the Jedi. And again, at 7 years old, I'd already seen Star Wars and Empire, you know, however many times. I saw Empire in the theater too. It's one of my first memories. I've told that story. So yeah, it's my favorite lightsaber. It's always been my favorite lightsaber. But what I love about Obi-Wan's was that it was just slightly different. And so yeah, this is what it came in. it came in this really, really nice, it's upside down. It came in this really nice case. And the deal was for May the 4th, they were doing a sale. So 20% off of the, is it 20% off or 10% off? I can't remember if it was, whatever it was. So you got some off the Saber, but then also you got a free Saber. And the free Saber is somewhere in between the one that I got and the Disney one. So now I have 3 Sabers. But it comes in this really nice case. And again, there's all kinds of crap in here. So I kept all the paperwork and there's a little carrying case if you want to carry just the hilt around. I don't know why you would do that, but anyway, and a bunch of, there's tools and charging cables and all that kind of stuff, because these run off of 18650s, which are the same, technically the same technology as what I use in my vapes, which is kind of interesting. Except, like, for example, this guy, it's a straight, if you look at the positive is down there at the bottom there, it's flat. It's a flat top. These run off of, they call them a button top, where it's actually kind of like a Duracell battery, where the positive is actually sticking up a little bit. So it's the same technology, it's just a different form factor, I guess. But anyway, so why don't we, can I vape it? No. You can't. I mean, I bet you could probably modify one, but I'm not going to do that. So the free one that I got was called the Mando. And you can see why. It's got the kind of the Mandalorian thing. So there's the Saber. And what I like about this is that it's really, this is more of a stunt Saber. So you can actually whack the crap out of this, you know? But anyway, so that turns it on. Dude, that looks really cool with the glow. Now, you'll notice, I don't know how loud that is. That like super loud? Can you hear that? So it actually, the Star Wars, or the one from Galaxy's Edge, it wasn't really reactive. The moving it around. But you can also hit a button like you're blocking a like a blaster bolt. But oh wait, I think I just turned it all the way off. Wait, let me turn it back on, and then I think it's, I can change the coolest thing about these is that you can change the colors. So there's a darker blue. That was a light blue. That is that's red, which it's kind of coming off as orange, but that's pretty red. That's kind of a weird lime green. There is, now this is the light blue. There you go. That's pretty good. This looks like the more like it did in A New Hope, where it's kind of a light blue. And apparently I turned off the motion sensor. There's a slightly darker blue. There's green. There's a kind of a pink. I wish there was a way. Yeah, there's not really a way. That is like a straight up, like a tangerine color, which is not really. That's a purple, like super purple, which, man, why is it doing that? It's really reacting. You can see it on my skin. That's an orange, like straight up orange. That's another purple. That's a light blue. dark blue. Anyway, red. So that's that. Now, there's other stuff in here where it's programmed like, I don't know, man. It's got little sayings and stuff like that, but it's only one button. So it's kind of hard to use, and I keep turning crap off. Well, the motion sensing I just turned off, or I didn't even know how I did that. So it's just one of those weird things. But this is I mean, like I said, as a kind of a free saber, saber that I got for free, it's pretty cool. But here, oh, and you'll also notice when I turn it on, you can kind of twist it really fast to turn it on. You'll notice it's on and off. So keep that in mind. So now, yeah. Look at that crap, man. That is freaking sweet. It's weathered. So this is technically from the Obi-Wan TV show, but it's Obi-Wan's lightsaber, and it's weathered.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, hey, Justin. Hey, thanks for becoming a level 1 member. Thank you. And that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, so it's weathered, and I just love the look of it. And this is, again, my favorite lightsaber. And now watch this. When I light this one, yeah. That's awesome. And you can, with this one, and there's another thing where if you hold it down, there's actually 2 buttons here. There's the power button and then the auxiliary button. If you have it down and you make connection with something and hold the auxiliary button at the same time, you can't see this, but you'll hear it. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe I'm not. Okay, maybe it doesn't do it on this one. Hold on. So, right? Which is so cool. But then, so that one you can customize all the sounds and stuff, but it's not linked to the character. This is Vader, and then you can play little. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to turn that off so I don't get claimed. But you can. Oh. Hold on. Is it this?
Select presets.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Nope. Hold on. Oh. Can't play the music. Okay, wait a minute. There's something where you can.
Don't make me destroy you.
Yeah, if you press and hold. I don't know why it's. Anyway, it's cool. So there's red. Then.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
And that's like from A New Hope. Why isn't it not? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. So that's kind of like a force push. Anyway, I like this one. The light blue is kind of cool, but it's not as cool as the dark blue. But then,
Smooth gray.
I have no idea what that says. But, so it's a green, but it's got light going up it. But you see how it turns on and it goes. It's so weird. Anyway,
Master Qui-Gon.
so straight up green, and then oh, can't play the music. I don't remember how to do it. It's playing freaking. Anyway, super fun.
Master Windu.
Dude. And then let's see.
Shinhati.
Now I think this is one of the characters from Ahsoka, because it's an orange blade. You can't really it's not coming out. It looks better on my face, the orange. It's,
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
so this is Ahsoka's blade. Or it's this is the dark saber. Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of neat.
Smooth buzz.
Now okay, this one's a weird one. It looks like fire. Kind of. Kind of neat. This is a variation of Vader where it's like red and yellow. I don't like this one.
I'll never join you.
And
Only knew the power of the dark side.
so it's another one where it's almost pulsating. Yeah, you can see it on my face. You can't really see this one. Man, it's not showing up at all. It's purple, but with little yellow. I don't get it. You can kind of see it, I think. But and can you even see the red? There's like red going up and down it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that thing that Finn fights with in Force Awakens. You know, the traitor, all that stuff.
CC.
Yeah. So this one is rainbow colored. Yeah, you can see it on my hand. It's rainbow. It looks like a freaking unicorn thing.
Smooth jet.
So that one's kind of neat because it starts off kind of green and it's flickering, but then it's white. I don't know what this is from. I don't know. Rogue Commander? So, from red to green? Like, I don't know why.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force
This one's-
flowing through it.
This one's a variation, kind of neat. So it's got red in the middle here. And
I suggest you try it again, Luke. This time, let go your conscious self and act on instinct.
Something inside me has always been there, but now it's awake.
again, I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's like, it's one of those flickering ones. But look, watch. It goes up and then this fades to red as it goes away. Because these are this one is super programmable. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. Hey. I don't get it.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
And now we're back to blue. So this basically is Obi-Wan's right here. So this color blue and Obi-Wan's lightsaber. So there you go. This was the big purchase I made. Kind of ridiculous, but also kind of cool. And it comes with a little display. So if you want to put it, take off the blade and just kind of display it, which is probably what I'll end up doing once I get tired of, swinging it around and playing with it. It's cool. And yeah, it is. Look, it's going to take a bit to get caught up in the chat because I haven't even looked at chat yet. But Jody B, yes, this is Obi-Wan's lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith, the same one that he took into the Obi-Wan series and then into A New Hope. This is his lightsaber, and then of course, Luke patterned his lightsaber from Return of the Jedi on this design. So it's kind of both, in a way. But this is what I got was Obi-Wan Kenobi's. It's called the Episode 3.5 saber. So there you go. Super freaking cool. These buttons don't do anything. Oh, let me show you this. So you take this out. Cap comes off. This is where the magic happens. There's your 18650. And those are your colors. So there's little buttons back here so you can test things. So now it's red. And it's super freaking loud. But anyway, that's the board. And there's a little, you can see in there, there's a little SD card. So you can take the SD card out and make your own like modules. So with your, whatever color saber, if you want, audio files to go along with it, you can have it. It's also, you can just twist it real fast to turn it on and off. Yeah. So I'm going to turn this off for now. Oh, there it is. That's off. So anyway, super freaking cool. I love the saber. Is it worth the money that I paid for it? I mean, I don't know. Wait, that goes in this way, doesn't it? No, this way. Ah, there it is. Oh, I turned it off.
The saber. Take it.
There you go. So anyway, and as you put this back on, it's like it's making connect. Anyway, super cool. So there you go. That's what I did. So anyway, let's get caught up in the chat. Of course, starting off, we had Ricky. BPO59, he was first. And he wanted to beat Justin here, and he says, I quit. Also, good job. Oh, by the way, we do have a poll going on right now. We do have a liquid poll ready to go. I can't vape a whole lot, but, Anyway, strawberry cheesecake, sinful. Strawberry and cream donut, which is called ghoulish recording. And strawberry cupcake, which is stalker assignment. So all strawberry all the time. Or this week, at least. So yeah, if you want to vote, vote. And yeah, I'll tell you this. When we went to the rehearsal dinner for the wedding, I don't remember I think it's called the Greenhouse in Denton, which is, I don't know, an hour this way, north. their cheesecake was, seriously, I think it may be the best cheesecake I've ever had. And I kind of want to go back up there just to get like a whole cheesecake because it was so freaking good. But anyway. Then Jinzu, hello. And he says, sipping Modelo's on this holiday. Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo to you folks who are, having fun with that. It's, I've never been a big Cinco de Mayo fan, or like, I don't like participate. Like, I eat tacos whenever I want tacos. So I don't need an excuse. I love my street tacos. I love my Taco Bell tacos. So anyway, are you saying that I don't sound weird? Because I still sound weird to me, and I'm actually amazed that I haven't coughed at all. My throat's getting dry already, though. Justin needs a place to put his pee. Wow. My girlfriend and her son are sick. I'm feeling it soon. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. You don't look sick. Well, trust me, I'm still, it's still a thing. I'm actually going to turn off. Where is that? Events, timers. I'm going to turn that off and this back on. I mean, look, here's the thing. If you guys wanted to donate to the whole Billy thing and you're, I'll put it to you this way. It's been out there for weeks, and I figure anybody who's going to do it has already done it. But if you're interested, let me know and I can give you a link, either in the chat or through DM or whatever. It's going to the DFW, or it's the crap. I already forgot the name of the thing. National Brain Tumor Society. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of people gave some money. So, I mean, I'm happy about that. Because, well, I mean, Billy kind of touched a lot of us in multiple ways, but mostly, with his talents in multiple ways. Anyway, we'll go away from that for a bit. My condolences. Seems like a lot of people. My grandfather, my dad's girlfriend's mom, and my dad says his dad is deteriorating more each month. I mean, the thing is, it's just a fact. Look, I'm not going to sit here and try to, make sense of any of it, but it is a fact of getting older, and it's just the way of things. So yeah, rest in peace. My stepmom, for a while. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know what to call her now. Like my brother's mom, because there's really no connection there, but anyway, kids, especially related by blood, are silver bullets for adults to get sick. Also jobs working with kids like teachers, lunch ladies, bus drivers. Absolutely. And Max, welcome. Good to see you. Max, I have a lot to ask you and to talk to you about. Because again, lots of movies, been watching a lot, and, I found some things. You know what? Why don't I just talk about it now? There's, I hope you're still here. I was watching, the Physical Media Show, the Let's Get Physical Media Show over on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel yesterday. And Max Allen Collins was talking about this movie called The Big Combo. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's a BFI, the British Film Institute, released a 4K of it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's interesting. I kind of want to watch it before I buy it, though. So I start looking online, and then I come across the whole movie is on YouTube. So there's so many channels on YouTube that have these classic movies, a bunch of noir movies. And I mean, some of them are movies I've never heard of, but then there's some where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just available for free on YouTube. So I was wondering, and it may take me a bit to get there, But I wonder if there are any really, really good channels for that on YouTube, because I mean, if I've been watching a lot of classic movies. So it's one of those things where I'm just curious. Curious if you have any insight on that. So yeah. Sciatica is no fun at all. I'm no stranger to that. Does it hurt to sit or stand or lay down? It hurts to get up. But what's weird is, like, it would be like, as soon as I would get up, it'd be like, ah, and then it would shoot down my leg, and then it would go away, like, immediately. And then I'd walk around and I'd be fine. And then when I'd sit back down, it would do the same thing when I got back up. So it's a really strange thing. And my doctor, because I did go to the doctor. Oh, by the way, my blood pressure is like super great. So yay. But she was saying that, yeah, that's what it's kind of based on. It's based on that whole thing about you probably have like a bulge disc. And so she put me on some stuff, which I'm still taking. And man, it really messed with me. Along with me being sick and then coughing. Coughing would hurt. Yeah, I still have the congestion. But also I've been taking Tylenol and Advil, like a combination. And so that's been helping too. So, yeah. Thankful you were able to join the stream last night. Hey, Ninjinzu, hey. Again, it's a lot of times I don't know if any of you guys have done this, but I've been basically like, okay, do not disturb. I'm going to put you there and I'm not going to look at you for a while. I'm just going to do other things, whether it's, doing a little bit of writing, whether it's, watching a movie, whether it's, playing a video game, whatever, or just cleaning up around the house. I don't want to be like constantly, oh my gosh, all these notifications going off. And it's just, it's been really nice. And I mean, it started with all the drama around Billy. But it's become a routine where I'll just put it in do not disturb for a bit and go do other things. And it's just, I feel like I get more done. I don't know. There's something about that. So yeah, I miss out on a lot of you guys' streams. Just because at the time I'm in my little do not disturb moments or hours. So yeah. So I'm glad that I was able to hang out last night. It was really fun. Battlefront, man, dude. I mean, of course it was May the 4th. So it's kind of cool, seeing Star Wars stuff, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to hang out. It's fun. Did you watch the Netflix live action Yu Yu Hakusho yet? I have not. I don't even know what that is, and you're kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm just saying. Jody B said, I had 2 Vader's Vault sabers that were pretty cool. I had their version of the Luke Jedi saber. Yes. Which is, yeah. Whack the crap out of what? Well, I'm talking about so this one is more of a stunt saber. Like, you can actually fight with this, Like, you see those videos of people fighting online, doing lightsaber fights. This is one that you could actually do that with. That one is meant for light sparring. It's not meant for this kind of stuff. And as you can see, or as you saw, this one has, the technology just isn't as robust. When you put that in there and you tighten it down, there's no electronics or anything inside the actual blade. I mean, it's I'm sure there's LED stuff or whatever, but there's no electronics. This one, there's electronics in the blade. That's what allows it to actually do the ignite and the, as it, and then, you know what I mean? That's how so yeah. Light sparring, full sparring if I wanted to. But, oh, I should have turned the lights off? Well, I don't know if that would have helped. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's just do it. Let's just do a test for science. I'll stand up. hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. It's weird. It looks orange. I mean, it is super red. Super cool. It's super cool, man. And I don't think that light is all the way off or on. Oh, it isn't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The dork is strong with this one. 7th. Welcome, 7th. Good to see you. And yes, yeah. Rob with scurvy in 2026. Yes. And Chris, welcome. Good to see you. Be right back. Got to drive home. Ricky, be safe. I hope you were safe when you drove home, because that was probably like 30 minutes ago. Just humming Duel of the Fates right now. Yeah, see, all of that, that's the cool thing. It does have music and stuff in there, but I don't want to get claimed. But anyway, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That fluctuating color of the saber is awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. It turns white from your white balance. Yeah, that one, dude, it's just, again, I've always wanted that style of saber. Like, but I also kind of want Vader's. So I may end up getting, because here's the cool thing. This one has, I mean, it's full-fledged, it's the whole thing, right? It's got all the stuff. But also, you can get them where it's just the hilt. And I think I might get one that's just the hilt for Vader's. You know, the old Graflex with the, you know, where it looks like let's see. Yeah. Like that. Which is basically, you know. But yeah, look, the prices are much lower. So if I get episode 4, empty DIY hilt, no, $172. I mean, that's still pretty expensive, but that's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah. So just because CC Sabers, by the way, CC Sabers is a reseller, a lightsaber, you know, reseller. It was a little more expensive, but again, I got an extra lightsaber. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm fine with it. If you order direct from 89 Sabers, the 3.5 might be cheaper. But anyway, there you go. Mandalorian is my favorite character. Mandalorian is your favorite character. Are you looking forward to the movie? Because I got to say, we're only a couple of weeks away. And I'm finding myself getting a little bit excited. I hope it's good. But I don't know. I always took that pulsing colors as like corrupted or imperfect kyber crystals. Like fake manufacturing of kyber crystals. Yeah. And some of that is cool, but it's like I don't know what, you know, smooth jazz is what one of them sounded like. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And then some of it, it's kind of like the beginning of the audio clip was cut off. And maybe it's because of how it loads onto the SD card or how it's being played through the system. But some of it, it's like, I don't understand what it's saying. And I like the Master Windu. And then you light it up and it's purple. And then I like that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's very cool. But yeah. Will there be the Nuck? Yes, Robert Rivera, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. It would be funny to put the Peter Griffin Duel of Fate sound in it. Oh, I mean, dudes, that's the thing. Apparently, these things are this one is so customizable that you can just go nuts if you want. And you can make all kinds of different ones. You know, if you want to make one that looks like, you know, the bomb pop, you know, you can make an America one. I don't know. There's all kinds of things that you could do. Looks like Obi-Wan's, yeah. I'm a sucker for the thin neck sabers like that, but I also do love Obi-Wan's from episodes 1 and 2. I do too. And it's such a simple Obi-Wan episode 2 lightsaber. I really like that design too. And that one is definitely much more like, yeah, see, there you go. So you've got, here, let me get rid of my face for a second. Yeah, so you've really got the two different designs for Obi-Wan. I really like the episode 1 and episode 2 version 2. But see, that one, I'd be like, I'd rather that just be the hilt. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I don't need another saber. Like, I don't need any. But, you know. And at the same time, I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm going, man, that is so cool. But man, I could have bought so many movies and so many other things, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, there's another part of me that's like, look, I've wanted that freaking lightsaber, that style of lightsaber for literal years. And now I never have to worry about it again. I have it. And not only that, it's all the cool technology that's come out since I even started looking at them. I mean, that is a freaking cool saber. You got to admit, it's freaking cool. And it's got all the fresh updates and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that would make it better is if it actually worked. Oh, and I'm not going to get it out. There's a little thing so you can take the blade out, right? Unscrew the blade, take it out. And there's an insert so you can, just have the saber there and it'll still work and it'll still kind of light up and stuff. And I tried turning it on without the blade on it and it still lights up. I'm wondering if this will look cool. Like if I was like in a, like a bunch of vape, you know what I mean? Like, would it look cool or would it just be goofy looking? I don't know. But yeah, I just love it. I can't be upset that I got that. It's so cool. So, you can put, let's see. I just got back, was loading the dryer of towels. Well, I hope that went well, Max. Or Shozama. I hope that went well. Yes, there will be a Nuck, Robert. It is coming soon. I mean, you guys vote. And right now, cheesecake is winning. So cheesecake with 46%, cream donut with 31%, and cupcake 23%. I mean, it's up to you guys. Whichever one you guys want me to try. And I just opened a bunch of crap that I didn't mean to open. Get that back over here. Oh, crap. Oh. By the way, April flew out Saturday morning to California with her sister and her niece, and they're flying back tonight. Like, I think they're probably already boarded, and they should be home tonight. And I was kind of worried because it kept getting delayed because there was supposedly going to be some storms here in Dallas-Fort Worth. But apparently, they've updated it, and all the storms are going to be south of the airport. So it shouldn't affect their flight or anything. But it's still delayed by like 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I guess we'll see. Yeah. So I'll be tracking that throughout the stream. Andy Drew 42. Love your positivity, brother. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have I seen you here before? But welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. I get a lot of film noir and older films from disc to digital, $5 sales, bundles, fan flicks. Of the ones I don't get from those, have I usually blind buy from lists, YouTube recommends, or wanted to see. More from cast or director, sometimes writer. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. And that's what I've really kind of dug about the Warner Archive stuff, you know, the bundles, because to my knowledge, I'd never seen, for example, a Greta Garbo movie, and now I've seen 5 of them, and they're freaking awesome. She's so good. Like, seriously, every one of these was pretty good. Queen Christina was okay. Anna Christie was pretty good. Ninotchka was pretty good, but Camille got me. Camille made me cry at the end. It was good. So I watched these 4. I mean, it's not that part of the show yet, but that's just one of those situations where I'm like, yeah, I'd never would have seen these otherwise. But these were all, in my opinion, all of these were worth watching. Like, good to great. So if you're a fan of Greta Garbo, or you've just been curious, she's awesome. And so much charisma, just wow. Wow. So yeah, there you go. But I appreciate that. I mean, the whole, this big combo thing, it kind of, like I said, it went down a rabbit hole. And then I'm looking at this YouTube channel with tons and tons of movies, and I'm like, this is awesome. So if it was Artflix, ARTFLIX, or Artiflix, ARTIFLIX, 2 different YouTube channels with different movies and stuff. So there you go. Definitely heard the Saber. Wow. Yes, Chris. Yes. So cool. Also, trailers from Kino Lorber included in their discs. Also, classic flicks. Yeah. For those who have been wanting to see The Long Walk but are on a budget, Amazon has it for $7.99 right now. Wow. That was actually... Look, I know they changed a couple of things, merged some characters and things like that, but I thought that was a really faithful adaptation. I really enjoyed The Long Walk. That's... Oh, I haven't put it on the shelf yet. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed that movie. I really enjoyed it. Rarely notifications from Full Moon Matinee and Pizza Flicks. Huh. Frodus Boy, what is going on? Good to see you. I might have to blow my nose here soon. I probably should have brought in Kleenex. Maybe I'll go grab that. Anyway. Noirvember. I'll look at videos from Serial at Midnight. Eddie Muller from TCM has some books about film noir movies, as well as his intros and outros to the movies are on YouTube. Yeah, and the thing is, though, it's like there's so many different movies that I've never seen that I kind of like, once I've gotten through like the top 10, I move to another genre, you know? And what I love about, like I said, the Warner Archive stuff is every single one is a movie I've never seen. And that's really cool. Even if the movie turns out to be kind of meh. Like, I think the most meh one that I've gotten so far was the Gary Cooper one. There was only one of those where I felt like it was really exceptional. The rest of them were just fine, you know? But even that, it's like there's still better movies than a lot of the stuff we get these days. So that's a thing. Okay, it hadn't updated. Anyway, yeah. Criterion sales, Barnes & Noble Criterion sales. You can search the Criterion site for film noir. I mean, absolutely. I mean, but it's just not, like I said, it's not just film noir that I'm interested in. It's just good movies in general. And I'll get on a kick where it's like, okay, give me all the film noir stuff. And then it was like, oh, give me all the Westerns, or give me all the World War II movies, or give me all the whatever. But lately I've just been like, what I love about these is that it's covering an entire actor for all 4 movies, you know, or 6 movies, or whatever the thing is, or they're themed. And I really love that about these. And usually they're so inexpensive. Like, I think I got these around $30. So I mean, and they're all on individual discs. That is awesome. And with their own special features. So it's like buying the full releases from Warner from Warner Archive, but they're bundled in this thing, and it's a nice thin thing that sits on the shelf. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. You know? There you go. Sabers are cool, but the only must-have replica sword I want is the Atlantean sword from Conan the Barbarian. I mean, yeah, I get that. But like to me, like for me, I've got them. I've got what I want. Now I've got Obi-Wan's lightsaber, and I've got Glamdring, the faux hammer from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So, man, I'm set. I'm set for that stuff, dude. I'm good. Like Conan, look, I get it. Conan, in fact, we'll talk about a movie that I watched this week or the last 2 weeks. That is another one of those like Conan where it's like I watch it and I go, yeah, I get it. I get why people are into that. It's not for me, but I get it. I totally understand. Conan just doesn't speak to me, you know? It just, and even I can guarantee you, even if I had seen it back then, I wouldn't have been as enamored with it because it's not just sword and sorcery type movies, because there are movies in that genre that I like. Like I enjoyed The Beastmaster as a kid. I enjoyed I still enjoy Legend. I think Legend is awesome. So fantasy sword movies, yeah, I'm up for them. But Conan is just like, it's fine. It's fine. I totally get it though. I totally understand where you people are coming from when you say Conan's one of my favorite movies. I get it. But anyway. My mom found me a legit Mace Windu lightsaber for $1 at a garage sale. I'm a grown man, but needless to say, I was very pumped. I mean, dude, there's something about them there. I mean, I don't know about you, but as a kid, you know, when you get done with a wrapping paper roll, man, we'd get after it. You know what I mean? I love that stuff. Just loved it. And again, to have one, I might have gone a little bit overboard. I didn't need to spend that much, but I'm just so happy. I'm so happy with it, and I love the fact that it's customizable. Again, that's the thing about and I'm not like belittling anybody who got a lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge, because they are cool, and it is the whole process. And you might say, well, that's not worth that much money. I get it, but man, I love that experience. So I'm cool with that. But at the same time, it was like, but I want Obi-Wan's. I want Obi-Wan's actual lightsaber. And this is the closest as I need to, yeah. Yeah. The big combo is free to watch in HD on Fandango at home, Roku, Pluto TV, Plex right now. Canopy and Hoopla with new ads. Library card required. Yeah, Hoopla, I actually was using Hoopla for a bit, but then it's a city that's kind of close to me. Their library had access to Hoopla. And then, it was like a free, even though it's kind of a bordering city to where I am. And then they started making it where in order to get access to Hoopla, you got to pay money. And I'm like, okay, well, no. How about no? I already pay enough money for streamer stuff. I'll just rent the movie that I want that was on Hoopla or whatever. But Hoopla is cool if you have access. Top 3 Brad Pitt movies. Welcome Movie High Club. And Pixel Phoenix. Oh, hey, did you see this? For anybody who hasn't seen it, here you go. My Obi-Wan lightsaber it's basically styled after the Obi-Wan TV show, but you could basically say, hey, it's Obi-Wan's lightsaber in A New Hope. But yeah, and
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Let me.
Smooth. Master grinder.
Oops. Why is this not? Hold on. I wonder if I turned something off. Anyway, it's supposed to have a thing where if you drag it along the floor, it'll make that it'll glow at the end white, and it'll make the sound like you're trying to cut through something. It's freaking cool. But for some reason, I think I've turned it off. So there you go. Excuse me. Brad Pitt movies. Okay, sorry, got sidetracked. Brad Pitt. Taxing for takeoff. So, about to be in the air. Let's see. Go to my trusty CLZ movies. Search for Brad Pitt, which I have 17 movies. I have 12 Monkeys, The Big Short, Bullet Train, The Counselor, F1, Fight Club, Inglourious Basterds, Ocean's 11, 12, 13, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, River Runs Through It, Seven, Snatch, Thelma and Louise, True Romance, World War Z. Performances. Because if we're just talking movies, it'd probably be like, Inglourious Basterds, True Romance. I love him in True Romance. It's where dude, Interview the Vampire. He's great in that. I don't own it because I had the VHS and wore it out, and then was like, I don't need it on DVD. I've seen it enough times. Now I just want a 4K of it. And Neil Jordan. Neil Jordan directed it, who helped with oh, wait a minute, I forgot a movie. Dude, a movie's sitting in there that I watched this week. Okay, I'll have to go grab that. Anyway, okay. I'm going to say my favorite performances from Brad Pitt are probably Inglourious Basterds, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and 12 Monkeys. Those are my three favorite Brad Pitt performances. But he's solid in so many different movies. I mean, dude, the Ocean's 11, dude, I love those movies. I don't even care. They're fun. Top three favorite streaming media platforms. I mean, that would be HBO Max number one, for sure. Because not only do they have, all the HBO content, they have all the Warner Brothers content, and they have all the Turner Classic Movies content. And a lot of that will include a lot of Criterion films. So that is definitely my favorite one. I think Disney Plus / Hulu, I'm counting that as one because they are one now. That would probably be number two. And then number three would probably be Netflix. I think so. I mean, you've got Amazon, you got Apple TV. Apple TV Plus has a lot of great stuff too. But I think Netflix is one that I've watched the most stuff on. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about the ones that I've watched the most. So there you go. HBO Max is definitely my number one, for sure. Conan is choice. I totally, like I said, I get it. It's just not for me. Cryptic Mayhem. I'm sorry that I didn't start the stream over, but there you go. I hope you got to see that. Yeah, you got to see the saber. It's all good. It's good stuff. Oh shoot, I was behind. I thought I was still waiting for this to start. I don't know why I wasn't live. I just waited for a couple minutes. Sorry for all the questions. I thought the show was waiting to start still. No big deal. Good to see you here. The Galaxy's Edge sabers look like toys because of how big they have to make the hilt for the crystals. That's true too. There are some alternate designs of, I think, all the like the major ones. So like Vader, Luke, maybe Obi-Wan's, but they have where it's kind of like broken apart. Oh, that was just my reminder to check to make sure that she had taken off, and they're still taxiing. They've left the gate. Anyway, yeah, where they're different, custom designs where they do that. I didn't really need that, and it makes it more complicated, and it just means more things that can go wrong. I like the way that they do it in the, I guess, the Savvy's workshop, I think is what it's called. I like it, but again, it's they're just so basic, and I like it, but I immediately was kind of wishing that it was more, And what did I go for? I went for one that was styled like this lightsaber and with a green crystal, because that's what I love. I'm telling you, man, that shot in Return of the Jedi when he lands, he grabs the saber, he turns it on, and it's green. For the first time, I'm seeing that in the theater, and I lost my freaking little mind. It's my favorite. So there you go. There you go. That lightsaber is sick. It's super nice. I'm one of those dudes, man. I'm one of those dudes that will, I don't like to buy something when I know there's a better version of it. So I'll wait and wait and wait. And then when I got back from Galaxy's Edge, it was like, holy crap. My dad just gave me this, pile of money. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know why he keeps once he retired, he just started doling out money. I mean, he bought this iMac that I'm streaming on. Anyway, and then he talked me into it at my brother's wedding. He was like, well, what else are you going to get? And it's something you've always wanted, and you've got the money to do it. You have no excuse. And I went, okay. I ordered it that night. And it got here super quick. That's the other thing. From what I hear, 89 Sabers is the brand of saber that I got. 89 Sabers apparently has a kind of a low. There's a lot of people that don't like them because they're slow to get custom orders out and stuff like that. I got it from CC Sabers, and they're a reseller of a couple of different manufacturers. So I got mine super quick, and I'm in love with it. I love it so much. So there you go. Take that. So yeah. Bonobo Juice, welcome, sir. Good to see you. I want to join the Movie Mile High Club. Whoa. There you go. Where did you get that? I answered from CC Sabers. And what was cool is the way that it shipped. Like, I got the notification that it shipped, and it came in this guy, in this big case, and both of them were in the case. The way that when they sent me the shipping notification, I was like, oh, I'm going to get them in 2 different shipments. But no, they both came in this. So it was really cool. This actually has room for the way that they did it is that both blades were in these tracks separately. And then the hilts were in 2, like one hilt was here and then one hilt was here. Oops. And then it came with all the tools for all of them. Because there's like I said, there's a different end cap. So for this screws off, that little speaker grill, that screws off, and it's just a solid cap. And then when you, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see them. The little Allen key things, that's what holds the blade in place. You can take the blade out and then put in an insert, and it looks, well.
Master Windu.
Oops. But yeah, It's pretty cool looking, man. But I just, like I said, this is my favorite lightsaber design of all the movies. It's my favorite. So that's what I got. I love how the way it's weathered is just cool. You know? I like how it's like, you know, it's like the paint's coming off. It's very, very cool. Simple, but cool. Just what I wanted. Greta Garbo is great. Camille is so good. Director George Cukor knows how to direct actors and play on the heartstrings. Garbo and Marlene Dietrich are titans from those days. Have a few Garbo silents. Yeah, I haven't seen any of her silent movies yet, but man, I was a huge, like I said, this, if you buy any, so far, this is my favorite Warner Archive release, is this one so far. If you haven't seen these, dude, if you can find it on sale, it's awesome. It's my favorite. So, Fight Club, Legends of the Fall, and Troy. Wow, 7th. I like Legends of the Fall. It's okay. Troy, I've only seen once, and I haven't seen it in a long time. That's one that I kind of want to revisit because of the Odyssey coming out. But Fight Club is fun, but it's not, to me, that's not in his top tier, at least to my, you know, my opinion. And then you've got dang. And then you've got 12 Monkeys in Troy. Yeah, 12 Monkeys to me is to me what took him from somebody I just like to watch to, okay, now I just want to watch you in everything, because I loved his performance in that. So good. So good. And 7 is fun, but yeah. Be careful, don't go cutting your hand off with that thing. I know. And World War Z. Yeah, World War Z is, I mean, it's a fun movie. I actually liked it. And Bullet Train is one of those where I'm kind of like, meh. I'm just, meh. It was fun to watch, but it doesn't have anything that keeps me coming back to it. Like, it was like, that was fun. That was a fun watch. And then completely forgot about it almost immediately after I watched it. And Justin Yates, yes, Fight Club is one of those movies where, you know, especially when it came out, I was 23? That was like one of those, oh wow, man, this is like a movie for my generation. And then the older I get, the less it makes sense. And I'm talking about thematically. And it starts to, the fact that people started patterning their personalities off of it turned me off a little bit from Fight Club. So even though I do enjoy the movie, I love it, I have it on Blu-ray, I probably won't get the 4K. I don't need it. I've seen it so many times, and it's just not a movie that I don't, it's just, it's fine. I mean, if you look, I got a better Brad Pitt movie in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Inglourious Bastards and 12 Monkeys. I got a better David Fincher movie in Zodiac, and a better Edward Norton movie in Primal Fear. And, I mean, to me, I have that Primal Fear 4K in my wish list on Amazon, and I'm waiting for it to come down to the right price. That movie's awesome. If you haven't seen it, I love that movie. And Edward Norton's great at it. I also think that, what was that? The one, Edward Norton and Bruce Willis. Motherless Brooklyn. Great movie. So, again, it's like, Brad Pitt needs to be in more movies with cartoons like Cool World. Does he, though? I can't laugh. It makes me cough. Does he, though? I don't know. Tubi. I know, man. Tubi is... Turner Classics is a part of Criterion. Ninjinzu, no, not necessarily. But Turner is... the TCM channel is... I could be wrong about this, but I think it's owned by Warner Brothers now. So they have a TCM section, and on TCM is a lot of Criterion movies that they have on there. So it's, yeah. So it's not technically owned by them, but yeah. I'm with 7th. Legend of the Fall is near the top. Okay. Well, see, that's fine. Hey. I like Legends of the Fall. I don't own it. But that's one that I would like to own, but it's not like, meh. Dude, Meet Joe Black. I think Brad Pitt is better in Meet Joe Black than he is in Fight Club and in Legends of the Fall. And in fact, that might be my number 4. If I had a 4, that might be my number 4. I love that movie. And that movie gets so much shit for him getting hit by the car and people think it's funny. Spoiler alert, I guess. But anyway, I love that movie. And I think both of them are better in that movie than they were in Legends of the Fall. Except for Anthony Hopkins after his stroke going, Scrum! That's great. But anyway. Yeah, I use HBO Max the most. It's a great service. And I mean, especially with the new House of Dragons coming, Harry Potter's coming. I mean, look, I know that that's kind of a controversial thing right now and all that kind of stuff. But you know, if you got HBO Max, you're going to put it on and see, right? You're going to put it on and see. I'm going to see. I'm excited for it. So, and then of course, all the movies, all the Warner movies. And I'm an unabashed, look, I get when people say, hey, I'm kind of done with the comic book movies. I'm like, I get it. I totally get it. You're all comic booked out. Fine. But that's because you see it as a genre. I don't see it as a genre, like a genre of movies. I see it as another way of storytelling. Just a different way. And if a comic book movie is good, it's good. Some of them are bad. Trust me, there's a lot of bad ones. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't see it that way. So yeah, I will probably always have Disney for all the Marvel stuff, and of course the Star Wars stuff, and then of course the whole Disney library. And then I'll always have HBO Max or whatever it ends up being if the whole Paramount thing goes through. Because I've got all the DC stuff, and then all the Warner Brothers stuff, and then all the Criterion stuff. It's like all of my favorite things are really on those two services, for the most part. Anyway. Do you like the sword lightsaber? I see a lot people switch out the saber for a sword tip that lights up. I'm not a fan of it, but it does look nice. A sword tip that lights up. I don't really need more than that.
Shinhati. A Mandalorian and a Jedi. They'll never see it coming.
Anyway. Nah. Top 3 best releases of any Star Wars movie, like which 3 has the best or maybe your favorite releases on whatever quality? Well, I would say that look, you and I, most people will agree that the sequel trilogy is the worst as far as a lot of story and stuff. They will put those in like their bottom tier, close to the bottom. But those movies looked and sounded fantastic. You can't argue there. Like episode 8, I know people don't like The Last Jedi, but that crate sequence is jaw-droppingly gorgeous. And I love the sound in those movies. They sound great. But if you're talking about what's the best, I would probably see, because I never saw, now I mean I saw the special edition of A New Hope in the theater, of course. But I saw Empire on original release and Return of the Jedi multiple times on original release. So those 2 are going to be my favorites. And then beyond that, I'd probably say I'd probably. I think of the prequel trilogy, Episode 3 is the best movie. But Episode 1 with Darth Maul and the pod race, dude. Opening night or opening day, whatever you want to call it, amazing. So I'm probably going to say 5, 6, 3. But maybe 1. For as far as like, whatever. I was going to get that same one. Well, there you go. Stop, folks. I got it. Top Brad Pitt abs movies, Fight Club. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue there, you know. It makes sense. You are wrong. His name is Robert Paulson. I don't, it's good. I like it, but it's also, it's like, for me, the movies that I keep coming back to are something that, you know, thematically I vibe with. And thematically, I don't vibe with Fight Club anymore. I'm not an angry old young man anymore. I'm an angry old man. And it's different. It's a totally different vibe that I get now from Fight Club. Because I watched it probably 3 years ago and was like, I mean, I still like it. It's still a well done movie. David Fincher's obviously a master. But I actually, of that period of movies, I like Panic Room more than Fight Club. I like Seven more than Fight Club. So, I don't know. There you go. Movie references are one thing, but when people adapt them as a personal philosophy, it's like, get a life. I'm piss-pilled and I'm free from the Matrix. I mean, yes. Now, a lot of what he says in there is some interesting stuff. But a lot of it is, and again, I'm not dogging you if you like the movie or anything like that. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, but it's just not my favorite, you know? I love, dude, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a fantastic movie. Just a great movie. 2 powerhouse performances from Leo and Brad. Just an amazing movie. I just love it. And that's another movie. That's one of those movies that I need to get in 4K, even though I have the digital copy, because I bought it digitally. That was back when, I mean, I was still kind of on the fence of buying. Do I want to spend more money for the 4K when I can just get it for $4.99 or whatever? You know what I mean? On a sale. So I ended up getting the digital copy of that. But I still kind of feel like I need a physical copy of that movie, because it's so good. And it really is. It's second only to Inglourious Bastards. I think Inglourious Bastards is Quentin's best movie. I kind of don't think it's even a question anymore. Inglourious Bastards is so good. Watching it again on that recent 4K from Arrow, I was just kind of blown away by not only the performances, but the style, the editing, everything is just damn perfect in that movie. But yeah. What if I told you I just don't like Fight Club? See? Some people just don't like it. I like it. I still like it. I just think as far as performances go, there are better movies. As far as the theme, there are better movies. I mean, just this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm through that angry, rebellious kind of, you know, don't buy any brand name stuff or what, you know, I don't care about any of that stuff. So it's a weird thing. It's crazy to think Cuba won over Edward in Primal Fear, a tragedy. You know what? Was that the same? That was the same year. 93, right? Jerry Maguire? That's crazy. And I think Edward Norton had the better career, too. I mean, of course, Cuba Gooding Jr. got into some trouble, didn't he? I can't remember. I'm weird. My favorite, well, I mean, that's not a lie, 7th. You are weird. My favorite Edward Norton movies are The Illusionist and Death to Smoochie. You know what? The Illusionist is that's a pick right there. That's a movie that is super, super, super underrated. That's a good movie. It's just a good movie. And Paul Giamatti in that, dude. And what's her face? Pretty hot. Jessica Biel, right? I love that movie. That's a great one. Death to Smoochie, I've never seen. Do we need it? Okay, here's the thing. I want to start up the movie watches things again. But it's just been, again, with me going out of town for Galaxy's Edge, the marriage, all that stuff was like, yeah. Like I was ready last month, but now it was like, I just don't know if I have the time and blah, blah, blah. We need to do it. And Death to Smoochie should be on the list of movies that we may have to watch because I've never seen it. If I were to watch a Greta Garbo movie for the first time, which one should I watch? I would say, the first one that I watched was Anna Christie, which was her first talkie. I would probably, dude, Camille was so good. It depends on you. Because I'm one of those people that, like, if I have a string of movies that I want to watch, I will typically watch the worst one first. You know what I mean? The one that's rated lower, I'll watch that first. So there's always something to look forward to because I want to see them all. And I don't want to watch the best one, then watch the second one, and maybe I'm a little disappointed, and then I go, well, I'm not going to watch the other two. No, I'll do it the other way around. So there's always, well, the next one's rated higher. You know what I mean? So that's how I do things. So I would say the worst one of these was probably Queen Christina. Still a good movie. I still really liked it. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Camille has Robert Taylor and Lionel Barrymore, who I think is amazing. Queen Christina, yeah. Honestly, if you got this, you'd be doing really well. But she's there. Like, I've never been super into the silver screen type thing, except when I really started watching movies and reviewing them. The more that I started reviewing them, the more I got into the older films. I'm just enjoying this ride because, again, multiple actors. I've only maybe seen one or two movies, and I'm getting to see like a big swath of their career, and it's so much fun. I love it. So there you go. So yeah, I would go for go for Anna Christie if you get this box set, or just watch Camille if you're just, or whatever, man. Any of those. But yeah, Death to Smoochie, never saw it. Does True Romance count? That may be my number one. Dude, he's so great in that movie. I liked Brad Pitt in Cool World and Sinbad and Fury. Yeah, Fury was one of those where it was like I enjoyed it while I watched it, but it didn't come together for me. I don't even know what Sinbad you're talking about. Or is it like saying my favorite Mel Gibson movie is Father's Day? I don't even know. Oh, yeah. No, look, if you pick True Romance, it would not be a thing. TCM is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. In 96, Turner Broadcasting System merged with Time Warner. There you go. See? Shozama with the actual knowledge. There you go. So TCM is on there. But I'm guessing what it is they did some sort of thing where there's just a lot of Criterion films that are on, like, for example, Lone Wolf and Cub, which is what The Mandalorian is based on. By the way, The Mandalorian, the idea of, a man with no name-ish type guy having to take care of a child or a baby, that whole aspect comes from Lone Wolf and Cub. So if, or, Shogun Assassin, if you got it from Kill Bill, because I have both. The thing is if you buy the Criterion set of Lone Wolf and Cub, Shogun Assassin is a special feature on it, but I actually have the separate Shogun Assassin release because that's what I bought first. So anyway, Lone Wolf and Cub is on the whole series. All 6 movies are on HBO Max. You can watch the whole series right there. Almost all, maybe all of Kurosawa's films are on HBO Max. Maybe not all, but a lot of them. A lot of the big ones, the big boys. So HBO Max, especially if you're into, and then of course all the other, great classic films that they have on there because of Turner Classic Movies. I'm sorry, HBO Max is the best, and you can't convince me otherwise. So there you go. My favorite Mel Gibson movies are Get the Gringo, Payback, and Edge of Darkness. Wow. So you like the late career. See, to me, it's got to be Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is definitely my favorite. And then beyond that, God, it might be Maverick. Signs. See, what I think of, like, typically when somebody says, hey, name your favorite such and such movie, an actor, I'm thinking about their performance in that movie, not so much if that movie is my favorite of those. But I love Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards, and Inglourious Bastards ends up being my favorite movie of the 3 that I picked. You know what I mean? But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's right there. But yeah, Mel Gibson. I love Maverick. And again, in the theater, when it was in the theater, I went to go see it and I walked out of it. Because my friends at the time, I was with my friends and they were all like, I'm not really feeling this. Let's go do something else. I was like, okay. But I had to count it, even though, I didn't have a car at the time. Jerome the Great, welcome, sir. You like the movie The Game? I do. Fincher it's an interesting movie for him. I don't think it completely comes together, but it's still a highlight of his career, in my opinion. I love it. Michael Douglas is one of those actors. Like when somebody says, I'm not a big fan of Michael Douglas, I get it. There's something about the way that he acts that is kind of a turnoff for people. I don't know. But I like the movie a lot. It's not my favorite Fincher movie by far, but I do like it. Sean Penn's really good in it. Did you know that the Sean Penn character in The Game was originally going to be Jodie Foster? Yeah. And then in Panic Room, it was supposed to be Nicole Kidman. And when she had to bow out of it, Fincher went to Jodie Foster and said, hey, remember we missed the chance of working together on The Game. Do you want to come do this? And she was like, yeah. And she was like 1 or 2 months pregnant, which means that all through Panic Room, she's honestly, like, I've always had a thing for Jodie Foster, but she is the most beautiful to me in Panic Room than any other movie. But there's something about the way that she looks. She just looks amazing. But anyway, there you go. TCM was a channel I turned to late night when there wasn't anything on. That's a choice. If anyone hasn't seen them, I'd suggest watching Payback and Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. Yeah, Payback, the director's cut. I think the director's cut of Payback is better than the original, by far. Like, I think in fact, that was one of those where I think they, like a couple of months or years later, they released the director's cut or the extended cut, whichever what it is, the alternate cut. And I remember watching it and going, wow, that's much better than the original. I like that a lot. And then never ended up buying it. Lethal Weapon, Gallipoli, and Braveheart. Forgot about Braveheart. Jeez. See, that's why I need to pull it up. So it just refreshes the mind. Because, every now and then a movie will slip past you. Like, I totally forgot about Meet Joe Black. Mel Gibson. I own 10 movies. Braveheart, Fat Man. That's a fun movie. Hamlet with Glenn Close. Dude, he's good in that. Oh, the Lethal Weapons, the Mad Max movies, and Maverick. Yeah. I actually don't own Braveheart. Or wait, no, Braveheart is on there. I don't own Gallipoli. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Greg Harris, welcome, sir. I can't wait for Falling Down 4K. Arrow Video puts out some bangers. They do. And they will continue to. Apparently, and this is something that Robert Meyer Burnett has talked about a lot on his Let's Get Physical show, is that Warner Brothers made deals with Criterion, with Arrow, and Shout, I believe, and there's going to be a number of Warner Brothers classic titles that will be coming out from them, and Falling Down is definitely one of those that he had talked about. Another one that he talked about was 2010. I'm excited about 2010. I love that film, the sequel to 2001 with Roy Scheider, John Lithgow, Helen Mirren. It's great. And Bob Balaban, I think. Bob Balaban. I have it. I have the Blu-ray because I love it. I love 2010. I saw 2010 before I saw 2001. There you go. But also, they're talking about Contact. Now, that one's going to be really, really interesting because Contact came out at a time when they were doing 2K intermediates. So they weren't scanning in or even releasing the movie in anything greater than the 2K. So it's going to be interesting how that one's going to translate to 4K because seriously, Contact is it's everything to me. Carl Sagan, Foster, Matthew McConaughey, Tom Skerritt, freaking Jake Busey being all a nut job. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. I've seen it so many times and cry every time at the end, every single time. So anyway, Contact is coming soon as well. I'm looking forward to that. Falling Down is one of those movies. It's to me, Falling Down is on the same level as Fight Club, where in my head, where people started to emulate the ideas in that. And it's like, yeah, that's one of those things where you go, yeah, it should be like that. It should be fine. You should be able to order a sausage biscuit at 10:35 or 11:05 or whatever. You should be able to do that, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But come on, it's the level of whatever, I don't know. So Falling Down is one of those movies, just like Fight Club. I really enjoy it, but I'll probably not buy the 4K. Like I just don't need it. That's not a movie I'm dying to revisit. But there you go. I liked and still like Fight Club, but it loses its charm for me once the Project Mayhem portion starts. I don't assimilate the cynicism in my own life like it's a Bible. I mean, that's a great way of putting it. And it's one of those things that as you get older, you start to lose a lot of that. You lose a lot of the rage, and then you start to go, you know what? You're a lot of the it's misplaced anger. It's more systemic. Like the issues that are in like Fight Club and even Falling Down, they're more systemic than what they're, it's not deep enough. You know, you got to go deep down, way down to get to the issue. And it's basically that we're all living in a lie, and that we aren't as free as we think we are. And maybe, you know, there's the billionaire or multi-billionaire guys have all the power in this country, and our freedom of choice when it comes to senators, representatives, and presidents maybe don't matter because they do whatever they want anyway. So the scumbag, billionaire, industrialists, how do you fight that? Anyway, wow. I just rewatched Death to Smoochie earlier this year. I hadn't seen it in 20 years. Yeah, see, that's one that I just want to see. In fact, I wouldn't say an anti-Robin Williams mode, but like I never saw Insomnia. which is a Christopher Nolan film, right? I never saw that because Robin Williams is in it, and I was kind of like, I'm kind of done with Robin Williams with his whatever. But I never saw Death to Smoochie either. Death to Smoochie, available to stream on Roku, on Plex, or Hoopla. Okay, so I don't have any of those. But if you do, hey, you can watch it. Or you can just rent it, which, you know, I probably just have to rent it. What's the other one? Insomnia. I watched the original with Stellan Skarsgård the other day. Because Second Sight, which is probably one of the best 4K manufacturers, disc manufacturers today, the label, they're one of my favorites because they put out stellar releases. I've shown off my releases, my Second Sight releases. They're amazing. But they're coming out with a version of Insomnia, the one that the Christopher Nolan, Al Pacino, Robert Williams movie was based on. And yeah, it was fine. Like that was another one where I'm like, okay, I almost pulled the trigger on the Second Sight because it's so beautiful. Second Sight puts beautiful releases out. What was it called? A Bittersweet Life. That's one of those movies where I bought it because it was a gorgeous box. I'd never seen it, and I bought it. Now, am I glad I watched the movie? Yes. Should I have bought the big bad special edition of it? No. I didn't need that. So that's why I'm starting. I don't know about you guys, how you view your collection, your physical media collection. Me, I don't need a room full of movies that I'll never watch. A lot of people collect because it's impressive to see all of those movies, and you're just like, oh my God, it's amazing. It is amazing. It's great. But I would rather have one shelf, that one, that has my favorite movies of all time on it. And that's how I'm going to collect going forward. I'm not going to just blind buy a bunch of stuff. Like, for example, the next Barnes & Noble sale, I won't be just buying everything in my wish list. It has to be a movie that I already know it's a legacy pick. It's a great movie that I want to see over and over and over again. I'm no longer going to just blind buy movies, even though I really enjoy that. They take up way too much room. And I'm just trying to be pragmatic about it because also I'm in the second half of my life. How many of these movies am I actually going to watch again? I know that might sound morbid, but that's how I look at things, man. And especially when you've been as close to death as I have, like literally I felt like I was on a slab, ready for them to, all right, well, let's, sew this dude's lips up, or whatever. Wasn't there yet, but I was close. Yeah, you're the way you look at things changes. You know what? It's time to freaking do the thing. So, I mean, dude, without question, Cheesecake won. Cheesecake won. Death to Smoochie is not available to just watch for free anywhere, by the way. Because I looked that up. But yeah, there you go. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. So far behind. But yeah, Cheesecake won 56%. So everybody else, you can just sit there sinful. Now here's you know what? I'm going to pee real quick. Okay. I'm going to pee real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Just hold your freaking horses. Everything's okay. Everything's going to be fine. We've still got a lot of things to go through, but it's going to be great. So just hold on a minute. Let me pee and I'll be right back. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I had to pee and then blow my nose. Do you know, like, this is just a weird thing. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody goes through this, but it's like when you're sick and you've got a head cold, toward the end, as you're starting to feel better, you've still got like some snot up there. So you blow your nose. But it's one of those things where if you just keep blowing, stuff will just keep being produced. And I'm like, how is this possible? You know? I just don't get that. It's just a weird thing. So anyway, this is what you guys picked. Strawberry cheesecake. Sinful. I mean, smells pretty good. Strawberry cheesecake. Off the Nook. You know what? I've been tricked before. So many of them taste amazing off the Nook. And then when you put it on there, it's like, meh. So anyway, by the way, freshly wicked. And this is those are semi-new coils. Those that I love the blue that comes off of those coils. It's really neat looking. Anyway, so you do this bit. You get one side all moisturized. Moist. I never understood that. Is that a like a, what is it? Like an autism thing? Like if you can't stand the word moist and it makes you cringe or whatever? I've never understood that. Anyway, no words do that to me. I mean, some words just are, like, for example, euphemisms for bodily functions and body parts. Some sound better than others and are a little less offensive than others. But none of them make me go, ew, that's a, ugh, or make me, I don't get it. Anyway, liquid on top. There we go. We got vapors. Smells great. It smells amazing, but I don't know. But yeah, I've never been one of those people that just like, is like, oh, I can't stand hearing that word. I'm like, what is your problem? Why does this feel like it's just screwing on forever? I don't know. And then, you see, yeah, there you go. Here. And then it fills up the other side. All right. All filled up and ready to go. This is a 75 watts, 0.17 ohms, dual coil. What are those called? Staple coils? Let's give it a shot. Interesting. Cuba beating Norton was as bad as Dench beating Burston. For Requiem? For a Dream? Maybe. This isn't Minecraft. Welcome, Vinny. Good to see you. Thoughts on Birdman? It's fine. I like it. That's one of those where it's like, I like it. Don't need to see it again. But I liked it. That's really good. It doesn't taste like cheesecake, though. I'm not getting that. To me, you should get the crust, the graham crackery crust. You should get the cheesecake, the cream cheese flavor. And then you should get the strawberry. I got the strawberry just fine. Whatever's left over doesn't taste like cheesecake to me. But hold on. It's just a good, creamy strawberry flavor. That's actually one of the best. I think that's one of the best Stevies I've ever had. Again, strawberry cheesecake, sinful. If you, I can't tell you where to buy it, but there is a section on Discord. If you're interested, I can maybe point you in the right direction. Maybe, if you're nice and you say please. But anyway, this is really good. But this is another one also where sometimes with a tank like this, sometimes it takes a little bit for almost like it to break in a little bit almost, and it tastes better. Like your second fill up will taste better than the first one. Sometimes you get it right away and you're like, yeah, this is a banger liquid and this is amazing and I love it. But sometimes it takes it a bit. For me, this is really good, but I'm not getting a lot of cheesecake. It's just like a creamy strawberry, which is really good. So, great choice, guys. Great choice. Now, these are the only two I have left. So I guess maybe we could do, if I've finished off another tank, we might do a battle for these maybe next week or the week after. But I need to get some more liquids. And I want to try, there's another company like Stevie's that I want to try. They have a ton of stuff, and I kind of want to try them too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Shozama said, Inglourious Basterds is good. I think some actors were better than others. Eli Roth, not as good as some of the others. I agree with that. Uneven with some of the troops. Pulp Fiction, probably my favorite, but Reservoir Dogs duke it out. Kill Bill's so good. I mean, I love Tarantino. I think objectively is probably his worst film. Death Proof is still super freaking entertaining. It's on its own, it's a good movie. It's really good. It's not as good as his other movies, though. It's just not. But there's very few directors where every movie is a good to great. And I will agree, Pulp Fiction is a great. To me, Reservoir Dogs is a kind of mid-tier. That might actually be another really fun movie. Okay, let me just tell you this. Has anybody seen freaking Bucho? Like, where is he? Where the F is that dude? Anyway. And where's Rufus? Anyway, before I got sick, my plan was to do my James Bond tier list review movie thing last week. And I had a plan and everything. I was like, I'm going to shoot on Wednesday. It's going to take forever to shoot this. It's going to take forever to edit it because I'm going to get, what I have to do is I have to go through, I think I deleted all of my archived movies off my hard drive because I have the Blu-rays now. And I haven't ripped those Blu-rays yet. So I was going to rip some of my favorite scenes from each film and put those clips in with the movies. It was going to take forever. And then I got sick and I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything this week. So, and then this week, Thursday, Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out in the theaters. Wife and I are going to go see that. So that's this week. Next week, maybe the James Bond. But I think Pulp Fiction would make a fun tier list too. Yeah. Yeah. Lawnmower Man. I'm killing that right now. I watched it and man, look, I definitely want to see it, dude. It's Pierce Brosnan. How bad could it be? Well, I saw, what was that movie? Bag of Bones. The little TV miniseries that Pierce Brosnan did. Not good. It was not good. So, anyway. I'm so late. Sorry, my son and I just got back from the gym. A million apologies. Johnny, you never have to apologize here. You never have to apologize for missing the beginning of a stream. I mean, you only missed out on the lightsaber. Did you see the lightsaber? My Obi-Wan lightsaber? That's freaking... Yeah, awesome. Anyway, I probably should just stop doing that. Anyway, welcome. Good to see you. Love me some Lone Wolf and Cub. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun series. It really is fun. Cryptic saw Lawnmower Man in the theater. Wow. Maverick is great. And yes, I really like Gibson as Santa Claus and Fat Man. Yeah, me too. It was that was one of those it was cheap and it was Christmas time and April was like, let's just buy it. And I'm like, okay. So we bought it and we watched it and we were like, yeah, it was fun. Favorite Mel Gibson line, "Give me back my son" from Ransom. I think my favorite Mel Gibson line, it's the one that I keep going back to. It's my favorite line of any Mel Gibson movie, is in the first Lethal Weapon when he jumped with that dude off the roof and, you know, Danny Glover's put it in your mouth, you know, he might go through your ear or whatever. And he's like, yeah, right, yeah. And he's doing all that stuff, right? And then you know, he does the thing when he catches the hammer because he was actually going to shoot. And Danny Glover goes, "You really are crazy." And he goes, "I'm hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat." Like that. And then walks out the door. The way that he delivers that is so funny to me. I love it. That's my favorite. It's my favorite line. Bird on a Wire. Holy crap, Frodo's Boy. That is a fun movie. But that's one of those that it's so light and so sugary sweet that it's kind of like, meh. I don't know. With the game, I love it right up to its ending because how the F did they know which side of the building he was going to jump from? It's a movie. No, that makes sense though. You're absolutely right. Ted Turner, before the merger, acquired older libraries from either studios that no longer exist or older catalogs when some studios needed cash. WB licenses classics to Criterion, and Criterion has a multi-year deal with Warner Brothers Max. Holy crap! I had no idea, Shozama. I just knew that it was there. So there you go. See, I like knowing the why. And it's interesting. That's one of the things that's always interested me about not only Hollywood, you know, all the amazing stories that we never get to hear. All that stuff is really, it's almost like tantalizing. Some of these, you know, these stories from yesteryear of how things went down and how deals got made and all that kind of stuff. That interests me. But I also like to hear about the home video side of things. And that to hear that is very, very interesting to me. So there you go.
Best Samuel L. Jackson line.
Who was that? Wesley Van 1024. I don't think I've ever seen you before. But hey, welcome. Best Samuel L. Jackson line. Is it the snakes on a plane? Or is it... God, there's so many. And a lot of it is from Pulp Fiction. When that guy, it's in the cupboard. I don't remember asking you a damn thing. And he's just staring at him. He's like, "You were saying?" And he's still looking at him. Dude, I love that. And then get my wallet out of there. Which one is it? It's the one that says "bad motherfucker." I mean, dude, there's so many great lines. Dude, I don't remember the line. In True Romance, he's got a couple of great ones. And spoiler alert, he's barely in the movie. But he's great in that. Dude, I don't even know. Oh, that's funny, Style Fox. Yeah. Isn't that from, what is it, Deep Blue Sea? Dude, This Party's Over. From episode 2. I remember, like, that line jump-started that sequence of all the Jedi lighting their lightsabers. Holy crap. That's a great one. So, I don't know. That's a great question, though. Yeah, The Negotiator. Yes. Oh, my God, The Negotiator. That's a great film. And look, I get it. I understand the Kevin Spacey thing. I get it. but it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Those are just a few of my favorites. Those are the few that come to mind. I mean, gosh, it's tough because there's so many. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this, or maybe I showed it, but when you, let's see, no folders. Oops. Okay, so this is my collection. Every movie that I own, right? CLZ movies. If you take out all of the Asian actors, because I have so many of the Shaw Brothers collections, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Shawscope collections, the Bruce Lee collections, all that stuff, right? So if you take out all of them, the number one American actor, if you can see, kind of right in the center there, is Samuel L. Jackson with 23 movies. Next up is Tom Cruise, then Matt Damon, and then more Asian directors. So, Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts. That's another one, dude. Jurassic Park, 1408, the 3 Avengers films, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, The Hitman's Bodyguard, The Incredibles, and The Incredibles 2, Iron Man 2, Jackie Brown. Dude, he's great in that. Kill Bill Volume 2. Oh, yeah, he's the piano player. Kingsman. Kong Skull Island. He was fun in that. Pulp Fiction. Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3. Well, why is... That's weird. Why is he not listed for Episode 1 on here? True Romance and Unbreakable. Those are the Samuel L. Jackson movies that I own. So yeah, great movies. Or great. He's just a great actor. I just love him. I don't care. I mean, yeah, he has made some bad movies. Made some bad choices. But dude, he's always really solid. All right. Okay. What 3 Star Wars characters could have their own movie? If they had to make 3, who would you like to see get a side movie? Well, that's difficult. I mean, for the longest time, I wanted a Boba Fett story. But then we got the Clone Wars cartoon, which showed his younger years. And then we got the Book of Boba Fett, which kind of ruined it. The Mandalorian stuff. In the Mandalorian, and then going off to Book of Boba Fett. And I thought Book of Boba Fett was going to be like, dude, this is going to be the greatest show ever. But then there's another show. We'll get to that. But there's another show that almost takes the place of what I wanted from the Book of Boba Fett. I'll tell you what. There was a Lobot. If you don't know who Lobot is, he was in Empire Strikes Back. And he is basically, he's this guy. There was a Lobot comic miniseries that was so well done. It brought me to tears at the end. It was such a good story. I don't know if he would make a good movie, but yeah. We don't need, look, as much as people want it, you don't want another, like, just a Vader movie. You know? It's just, I don't think it can be done well. I just don't know if it can be done well. It could be. But I would think you'd want to go for someone like Wedge. But then, you know, the problem is a lot of a lot of legend stories have been written about stuff like that. And there's been a lot of kind of offshoot animated series and things like that touch on some of the stuff. But I would have loved a Wedge Antilles. Like how he was supposedly with the Empire, which canonically he was in the Imperial Academy. What happened? Like, give me the full story. And of course you could take, you know, the stuff from the Clone Wars and just expand on it. or you could just go your own way, like what they did with, well, a lot of things in the sequel trilogy. They said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have one unified canon," and the movies just started doing their own thing. Anyway, I seriously still think that there's a lot of room in the criminal underworld part of Star Wars. You could literally take any character and make a possibly interesting story out of it. Not just Boba Fett, but any of the other bounty hunters. I think it could be really cool. You could do Hutts. That would be difficult and expensive with all the effects and such to make a whole movie about him. It would be really, honestly, I think it'd be really interesting to see more of Count Dooku. And honestly, any of the Jedi, dude, the Quinlan Vos, however you say his name, Quinlan Vos is a crazy cool character. They could really do a lot there. Asajj Ventress, they could do more with her. And again, a lot of the animated series have touched on them a little bit here and there. I mean, of course, a lot of Asajj Ventress, but Quinlan Vos, he's in 1 or 2 episodes of the Clone Wars. So any of the Jedi, really. And that's the thing. It's all about, it doesn't even matter who it is. It's just craft a great story in and of itself. And then you introduce the Star Wars stuff into it. I mean, I never thought that seeing behind the curtain of the Empire could be so interesting. And then we got Andor, and it absolutely blew me away with how amazing that show is. So, especially all the Imperial stuff was so cool. So, yeah. There you go. I don't know, man. That's a big question. For me, that's a big question. Because I know too much. TCM on one of the few channels, no nutritional ads, just promos. Yeah. Han Solo, Luke, Anakin. I mean, we've kind of gotten those, you know? There's his name is Robert Paulson again. What did you not like about Aliens 3? I'm one of those that I like the theatrical cut of Aliens 3, and the assembly cut just made it better. So I was never really I wasn't miffed about, I mean, it's over 30 years ago now, about them killing off Hicks and Newt. I was not that miffed about that because things like that happen in real life. How many times have you read stories about, you know, oh my God, in World War II, there was this thing when they went in there and they saved all these guys and then they get shot down and they all die. Shit happens in war and in life. Things just happen and it sucks. So the idea of them saying, look, we're going to cause an accident and they're going to die. Well, that makes the whole movie, you know, everything they fought. No, everything still happened. And everything is still it was worth saving Hicks. I mean, it was worth saving Newt. I mean, Hicks too, but the fact that she, you know, died on the way in cryosleep, basically. Things happen, man. It's just the way things are. It's the way life is. It's why life is fragile. So I never had a problem with that. And I know there's people that will argue against that and all that kind of stuff. Well, movies aren't real life or whatever. But when I see that, I go, yeah. Or how many times have you seen a movie where someone makes a decision that takes them on a bad path and you wish that character didn't make that decision? But I look at it as that's not what happened. What happened is they made that decision. So now we have to live with that decision. You can't judge something. I've said it so many times in probably better ways. But you can't judge a movie against what it can never be. You have to judge a movie on its own merits. And again, life happens. So when you're coming up with a story, sometimes you make decisions to kill off a character or to make a character make a bad decision that's going to take them down a very, very bad path. And you wish that they wouldn't have made that decision. There's all kinds of movies like that. But you can't say, well, I wish they made different decisions. Okay, well, you just wanted your own movie. Well, you'll never get that unless you are going to go make your own movie. So you have to judge a movie on what it is, not what it can never, ever be. So for me, Aliens 3 was, the worst part about Alien 3, the theatrical cut, are the really, really bad digital effects of the alien in the latter half of the film. That's the worst part about that movie for me. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. So there you go. All these worlds are yours except Europa. Goosebumps. I'm not sure what that is. 7th. Maybe I'm just not connecting. I always like Darth Maul. I always wanted him to have a movie like a legit story that falls in line with the canon story and not a cartoon. Star Wars animations are great there, though. And I'm going to tell you, since you said that, Maul Shadow Lord on Disney Plus, yesterday for May the 4th, they released the final 2 episodes of the season. Is it the best thing they've ever done? No, but it's probably the best Maul story. It's really well done. So, yeah, you definitely should check that out. It is legit good. I heard the animation series is good, but I'm not a fan of the animation. Just doesn't seem canon to me because it didn't start off as a cartoon, so I can't take that series that serious. Bummer, they're better than most of the movies. He's right. He's right. The weird thing is, like, I had a problem getting into the Clone Wars originally because I just did not vibe with the animation style. And I hate the fact this is a criticism for even their animation today. When people are just walking down a corridor or whatever, it still looks goofy and stupid. Like, can you not model someone's walking patterns better and use that as your pattern? Because they still look dumb when they walk. But man, the animation is great. And you start to ease into it the more you watch it. And you go, you know what? It's about the story. And the stories are great. So there is there's not a Grievous animated series, but he was in the, I think it was just called Clone Wars. And it was, I can't remember the Tartakovsky. I can't remember his name. But it's a different style of animation than the actual Clone Wars series with Ahsoka and all that kind of stuff. See, my nose is still stopped up. But yeah, you should try it. I don't know how to spell his name. Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, there is some interesting stuff in there. But I think the Clone Wars is one of those where it's like it starts off pretty good and then it just does this and it gets better and better and better. And you're like, man, that's good. Where's he going to put his pee though? I put my pee in there. Garbo has a few choice lines in Grand Hotel. However, this is the rare ensemble from those days. From the silent days, I like Tempest, Ricardo Cortez in it too, The Mysterious Lady, and Flesh and the Devil. Oh, well, there you go. See? I haven't seen any of those. Except for Grand Hotel. We'll talk about that in a minute. Does anyone else think this music is pleasant? I mean, it's the Bossa Nova track that I paid for a long time ago. I don't even know do rights expire on music like that? Because I bought it to use on stream. Because I was like, I want a Bossa Nova type. And there you go. Neti Pot. I know. So far, these flavors I got are okay. The one I really like out of them is strawberry custard cookie. I think I had that one, and that one is good. Criterion 510 sale on Voodoo Fandango at home just starting. Not movies anywhere, just a heads up. Yeah, but the problem, Throne of Blood, $5 HD digital, bundles too. Here's the problem. None of them have special features. Well, at least on iTunes, they don't. If you buy a $5 Criterion movie on iTunes, you get the movie and that's it. There's no special features. For me, I would rather, because I have high and low digitally, but I kind of want to get the 4K just so I can have the special features for that. So that's just something to think about. Yeah, where are you, Bucho and Buchas and Rufo? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at these beat 'em ups. Hey, beat 'em ups. Wood. I don't know if you're still here, dude. But if you aren't, or hopefully you are, did you see this? My birthday gift to myself that I got from my dad gave me money. Did you see this? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah! Awesome.
Smooth. Lord Vader.
CC.
Smooth Jedi.
Remember
Something.
Hold on.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
So there's your blue. And then
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
awesome. I love it. So this is Obi-Wan Saber. I know I keep showing this off, but hell. Yeah, Obi-Wan Saber from actually the TV series. That's the style of this. So it's his saber from episode 3 and episode 4, but it's all like weathered, and it's got the scuffs or whatever. But again, totally customizable.
Smooth grip. Master Qui-Gon.
So Qui-Gon is green. So now that kind of looks like Luke's lightsaber, because Luke's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi was based off of Obi-Wan's. And then
Master Windu.
dude, awesome. It's so cool. I love it. But anyway, let's see. I'm so far behind. Wait. Ricky, are you really crazy how this is the final DFW Retropalooza? Guess if I still go, then I'm going to have to go to Houston now? Really? I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat something to eat. Yeah. Hey, don't worry. Have a French fry. Dude, I love all that stuff. Love that stuff. Jackson has great lines and everything, even Coming to America and The Negotiator. What is it? We're going to get out of here. Oh, there you go. There you go. But yeah, thank you, Wesley. Thank you again. I think it's Lolier. I don't know how they say it. I think it's Lieh. Lieh. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of my top ones. The top one was what's his name? He plays a villain in a lot of stuff. Fu Kang. Ku Fang. Sorry. And it's listed as Kang Fu. 49. And then T Lung. Olie there. Shintaro Katsu. I got 25 because I got that Zatoichi set. David Chang, I have a lot. Philip Chung Fung Kwok. Lu Fang. Yeah. Great stuff. But yeah, you kind of have to go far down my list to get past all of the actors from the Shaw Brothers movies, because I have a lot of those because I'm a dork. Yeah, that stupid Boba Fett show. I was so hyped. I know. There is a Boba Fett story in the holiday special, which isn't actually that bad. But it's interesting because the blaster or rifle or whatever that Mandalorian in the Mandalorian show that he had at the beginning was based off of that cartoon. But you kind of don't see it anymore. So, I don't know. Book of Scooter Squad. Book of Super Slow Chase. Yes. And see, here we go. I'm going to drop a hot take. Last night I tried to watch 2001 Space Odyssey for the first time. Did not like it. I appreciate everything it did for its time, but I gave up on it after 45 minutes. The entire intro was really, really weird. Look, April is right there with you. She had to watch the movie because we were doing our AFI Top 100. About that point, she had me put it on 1.5 speed because she couldn't take it. That is a movie that I completely understand if you don't vibe with it. You probably wouldn't vibe with something like Citizen Kane either because of the pacing and all that kind of stuff. That's part of the thing about 2001 is the pacing. But I've seen that movie. I have it 4K. I have seen it so many times and I just love it. It's one of those where I can get into it. Blade Runner is another one. Not everybody can vibe with it. If you get on the level, it's great. But if you don't, Lawrence of Arabia, it's a very long movie. Some people just, they get bored and they, whatever. I seriously put on the 4K disc because I got the 4K Steelbook and I was all excited. I was like, oh, I just want to see what it looks like. I put in the first disc and ended up watching the whole movie. 4 hours. Yeah. So I get it. I totally understand. But 2001 is one of the greatest movies ever. It just is. I love it. Y'all need to start doing the movies that are bad. Wait. Y'all need to start doing the movies that are bad, so bad they're good reviews again. Well, excuse me. Yeah, those were fun to do. But so much of that was Billy, And unfortunately, I just don't think, aside from the other issues, I just don't think that that's something that we could do. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, that is, you got what you got, I guess. And that was the other thing too, is Billy didn't want to do them anymore anyway, because they killed the algorithm. For whatever reason, those just didn't do well on the channel. Even though there were a select, there was a few people that really, really enjoyed those videos. They just didn't do well. And then the next 1 or 2 or 3 videos that would come out after that didn't do as well than they probably should have, because the algorithm didn't like that we were changing formats or whatever, or I should say that Game Chasers was changing formats or whatever. So anyway, yeah, I just don't think that's a thing. And honestly, that's one of those weird things that, I've got an idea for a movie series that I could do, but I don't know how it would go over. So I don't know. I'll just say this. I'm typically not hey, let's watch a bad movie, because there are years and years and years and years of movies, full of movies that I've never seen that are great. And I'd rather spend my time watching the great ones than the really bad ones in general. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the future will say, I've seen the trailer a few times from people that show me. I just didn't catch me. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Canon Schmanon, I want a Mara Jade movie. Yeah, but how would you even do that now? Look, I'm not in charge of Lucasfilm. I didn't like the Thrawn trilogy. The Timothy Zahn stuff. I didn't like it. The whole time I'm sitting there reading it going, this just feels like fan fiction to me. This doesn't feel like Star Wars. It just never connected for me. Then again, maybe. Who knows? You make it good. Who knows? Any IP, any character, anything. The idea of it's the thing that drives me insane is when people say nobody asked for this. Well, just because you didn't ask for it doesn't mean that there aren't other people out there that might actually like it. Think of some of the most controversial movies you can think of. Whatever. There are people that love those movies. Love them. There are movies that I look at and I can't stand I hate them. Guess what? There are people that love them. So the way that I look at it is as long as you write a good story, any character can be done justice. It's just you gotta have that great story. Starts with that great story. I want to see a Jawa that doesn't F around. Ooh, yeah, exactly. Jar Jar Binks, standalone movie. You know, that's what's funny is that there's the Clone Wars cartoon did a couple of Jar Jar episodes that actually made him love it. That actually made me love it and love Jar Jar. And then when they wrote an ending for Jar Jar, it was really sad. I wasn't, I don't know. KP Cinti, what's going on? Oh, 2010, duh. Oh, well, okay. Well, I haven't seen 2010 in a while, and I've been waiting because I know there's a 4K coming. So, there you go. Grim Raider, what's going on? Which movie was it that they were debating about the rebellion killing construction workers building the Death Star? That was Clerks. Clerks 1 from 1994. Black and white, 16 millimeter. Kevin Smith's first film, which jettisoned him into Hollywood. And he comes back with Mallrats. One of the biggest flops. But anyway, yeah, that's the one. Jendi Tartakovsky. Thank you, Vinny. I knew that somebody would know that. Best 3 Kurt Russell movies. Well, look, it's Big Trouble in Little China is and will always be my number 1 favorite Kurt Russell performance and movie, I think. I've seen that movie so many times. Kurt Russell, man, he's just solid. Probably Stargate would be my next one, just because I love that movie so much. That's one of those movies that I shouldn't. My typical taste in movies, I shouldn't like that movie, but I love it. I love Stargate. I've seen it so many times. And then probably, okay, wait. Stargate is number 3. Tombstone's my number 2. There you go. Best Stephen King movie or book. Best Stephen King movie is probably Shawshank, because it's Shawshank. And best book is probably The Stand or Salem's Lot. I love both of those, but The Stand is really probably my favorite one. Probably my favorite one. So, there you go. Wesley, wait a minute. Who? Okay, Wesley, it shows that you're a member, and I don't remember seeing your name before. That's really odd, but thank you. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. There you go. If I remember the post correctly, this is the last DFW Retropalooza. Wow, I did not know that. I did not. Now throw it away and pull it back. Oh, I'm sorry, Wood. I can't do that because I'm, not a Jedi. Holy crap, it's already 9:30 and I haven't even gotten onto my notes. Wow. The venue cost is too high now that the Arlington Convention Center is kaput. Wow. I did not know that. Wow. Rick Chaos. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Name 3 directors you would like to see remake something and make it good. Like, for example, if these 3 directors had to remake Jaws, which 3 would you think could do a great movie or any remake? For me, it's if there's movies like Robin Hood. The story of Robin Hood, the reason that they keep making Robin Hood movies is because it's public domain, and it's been public domain for years. King Arthur is the same thing. You can always make a King Arthur book, or you just can't go off of someone else's take on you. Like, you can't make a sequel to King Arthur with Sean Connery. I mean, for obvious reasons, because he's no longer with us, but because they established a certain world and all that kind of stuff. You can do a new take. To me, remakes should be for movies that aren't quite there. Like, to me, Jaws, you shouldn't remake Jaws because it's a classic. It's absolutely, I mean, it's one of the closest to perfect movies that you can, that are out there. You got to have something new to say. So it's really difficult to say that, or to do that. That's going to be really hard for me to even think about, because there are so many movies that are good but not great. That's where you get into, hey, this is worth, maybe taking another shot at this story. Like them remaking Total Recall. Why? I'm not saying that the Paul Verhoeven Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is an absolute classic, never touch it. But if you're going to do that, you got to make it better, right? Not just, hey, we have this IP, let's just do something with it. No. I think if you're going to remake something, you got to have an idea that is fresh and new and builds on the original and makes the original even better. But yeah. So that's tough. I think any director is capable of, any established director is capable of taking a good story and making a good movie out of it. So there you go. Michael Bay Jaws, Akira Kurosawa Jaws, Sam Raimi Jaws. I don't know about those. 2001 was super scary. Mel Gibson Jaws. 2010 is definitely more of a mainstream movie. 2001 is more of a visual poem in a way. In a weird way. It really is. Like an epic poem. And that movie, the first time I watched it, I didn't get it. But it took me years to warm up to it. And then once something happened somewhere along the way, and I went, yeah, this is an amazing movie. But for 68, I fully expected slow pacing, but man, no one said anything the entire film, the entire time I was watching. I mean, yeah. I want to see Rob Zombie do a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, or Jordan Peele do a Batman. Totally possible. I don't vibe with Rob Zombie at all. I haven't liked a single Rob Zombie film I've ever seen, including that Monsters. That was effing horrible. I don't like any of his movies. So, Jordan Peele has the talent to do anything. Again, it's not about, and again, I like the idea of taking a movie that, maybe didn't quite work. I'm trying to think of a good example of a movie. I'd have to look down here in the Blu-rays maybe. And again, you have to have somebody that has passion for that story and wants to tell that story. I mean, there's so many. It's like you could say this movie, but good. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That's a tough thing. And plus, I always think of it about my sensibilities. You know what I mean? Like, so like somebody saying, "Oh, we're gonna remake Back to the Future." That's a terrible idea. And not to say that those movies are perfect, in my opinion. I think the first movie is pretty close to perfect. The sequels, but still, it's like, why? Why? Do something else, That's tough, man. Because so many of my 4Ks are like some of the greatest movies ever, because that's what I buy now. I just buy movies that I really love. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. You know what? I wish I could see what other people see in that movie, The Counselor, the Ridley Scott movie. I did not like that movie, like almost at all. And there's so many people that freaking they love that movie, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't know. It's tough. People have flamed me so many times for liking that Ghostbusters with a ladies team. I don't know why. That's because it's terrible. No. There are funny things in that movie. And in fact, the intro to that movie was actually really good. But then it just got goofy, and it was almost like there was no script, and they were just I didn't care for it. But anyway, I love Stargate. TV show is incredible. Billy and I would quote and watch Stargate all the time. See? There you go. And that's one of those where I love the movie. I never really got into the TV shows because that's the problem with having somebody who's also a nerd that you're married to. Because April would watch that stuff and I'd be like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Because I didn't start with the first episode. So she's watching somewhere in season 3 and I'm like, who the hell are these people? I don't know who these are. And of course they've got different actors because they're not going to bring back Kurt Russell and James Spader, right? So you've got to, it just super confused me. And I just was like, okay, maybe someday. So I've never watched really any of the series at all. When are we going to get Big Trouble in 4K? I don't know, but they need it. They need to do that because I love Big Trouble in Little China. He's so good. It's so good. And I will say, if you want to have a lot of fun listening to an audio commentary, listen to the audio commentary for Big Trouble in Little China. Oh my God, it's great. Oh my God, it's great. Let me see where my wife is. She is almost directly over El Paso. So, and let me look at the weather, because the weather was supposed to be bad tonight. She will be landing in approximately an hour and 20 minutes. And yeah, the rain, nothing's happened with the precipitation, which is good. I was worried that they would hit some chop on the way in, but no. I want to see a Jurassic Park remake. Yeah, you did ask about the movie posters, and they're pretty much take your pick of any of the Drew Struzan posters. Those are the best. The expanded 1,500 page of The Stand was a maximum effort, but so good. So good, though. I was going to buy the whole thing on Blu-ray, but it's sold out. It's almost $200. Jeez. Speaking of Robin Hood, I know I'll never get it, but I want a big budget remake of Ivanhoe. Huh. I thought the world was going to explode watching 2001 and I was going to fly out of space. I love that. I love that movie. I love that movie. I mean, look, I get it. When somebody doesn't like it, you don't vibe with it. I get it. But I love it. I don't see them as ruining it, but it's so good it needs to be done more. I look at it like that, and nothing is better than the original, right? It's just about the fun of it after the first. Not always. Sometimes the remake is better. Just saying. Just saying. Sometimes the remake is better. I like House of a Thousand Corpses, mainly because I love Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding, and it's got a strong Texas Chainsaw 2 vibe, which also you don't care about. No, I don't like any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres really. But no, Rob Zombie is I don't vibe with him at all. I've tried him multiple times. There's another one that he made. I can't remember other than the Munsters thing that we did on the Game Chasers. But there was another one that I watched and I was like, that was fucking terrible. I hated it. But yeah. Back to the Past. Is that the one with Alicia Silverstone and... Oh no, that's Blast from the Past. Back to the Past. Oh, maybe you're just vibing on... Yeah. I don't care to rewatch any of Rob Zombie's movies. Is that Darth Vader at the bottom of your door? That is Alien. Melvor bought me that for my birthday. A quarter scale Alien. So right now that's where he lives because I don't know where to put him yet. But there he is. Here he is. It's so awesome. House of a Thousand is pretty much a TCM remake. Yeah. But I didn't like it either, so. Remaking Psycho, you can't improve on the original. I like to see an updated version of The Fly. That could be interesting. Death Machine. The Thing is probably, to me, the perfect horror suspense movie since it's one of the first I saw. It's really good. It's really good. Animal Farm by Andy Serkis? I don't think so. I heard that was terrible. T2. Sometimes the second movie is better, like T2. Yeah. Blast of the Past was awesome. Ito Ramos, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Monsters was horrible. It really was. Okay. Real quick, I want to go through some of the things that I've watched. And then show off some of the things that I bought. Okay. First, I also watched all these Bette Davis movies. This is another one where holy crap, Bette Davis was so freaking talented. And I'd only seen a couple of movies of hers. I'd never seen any of these. These were awesome. So, again, I like these. You buy a set like this, 4 movies of an actor or actress that you never were, you don't know a lot about, and then you get to learn a whole lot about them and how they progress in their career. Bette Davis was awesome. Even though this movie, Jezebel, was the first movie that I watched, and I was like, okay, she's really good in it, but I hate her. As a character, I hate her. But that's how you know. Good. Dark Victory, excellent. The Letter, also really, really great. The Private Lives of Elizabeth and Essex is Bette Davis and Errol Flynn. It was okay. But hey, I got to see Errol Flynn and Bette Davis. It was kind of cool. But yeah, so there you go. Those are that. Then, let's start. Okay, so I did movies. Let me hit this. So I've caught up on The Boys. Solid. Pretty solid. I like it. I've never been like a huge fan of The Boys. Like, I like it, but it's not like, oh my God, I can't wait for The Boys. But yeah, I like this season. And apparently they're doing for the final episode, they're doing like, it's going to be in a theater. You can watch it in the theater and stuff, and 4DX and all that crap. Apparently they're all sold out, but hey, check them, if you're interested in that. So there's that. Daredevil Born Again season 2 is awesome. It's so good. And apparently what do you call it? There's been fewer people watching Daredevil season 2 than they did of season 1. But this season is, to me, it builds on season 1, and it's just great. This is great. So there's that. But then we already talked about it. We touched on it. Mall Shadow Lord, the last episodes were last night. I'm not going to say anything about like, oh, it's the best animated Star Wars that has ever been. But this was a fantastic story. Great story. And this is a situation where they used, what do you call it? They used the attachment to legacy Star Wars stuff, but they used it in a way that made sense for the story. So that gets a thumbs up from me. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but it's really, really good. And then here's a movie that I'd been asked to watch for 40 years. Literally 40 years. And for some reason, I never got around to watching it. Finally watched it the other day. Highlander. From 1986. Highlander. So here's the thing. There is a lot of potential in this story. a lot of potential. But this movie was cheesy as hell. Okay? Now look, again, I didn't see it in 86. I didn't see it. I saw it in 2026. So yeah, I'm not going to have the nostalgia that you're going to have if you love this movie. But here's one of those where I'm like, even though like this isn't for me, like 100%, I totally get it. And man, they're doing the remake with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill plays this character, the McLeod character. And then Dave Bautista is going to be the Clancy Brown character. This has potential. Okay? This has potential. Okay? I enjoyed watching it. This isn't a movie I'll watch again though. It's like, yeah, it's fine. And the Queen, you know, it's very 80s. And I wish I'd seen it back then. I might have loved it, but watching it in 2026, it's like, it's okay. It's all right. But tons of potential. And tons of like holes in the story, or holes in the what do you call it? The lore. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Probably never watch it again. Looking forward to seeing what Henry Cavill and team does with the remake. Could be really good. This one is one that had been on my list for years and never got around to watching it. Great movie. Great movie. And I own the director's cut digitally, but everybody, including you guys, were saying watch the theatrical cut first. So I did. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. Don't know if I need to see the director's cut, and don't know if I need to buy the 4K. I really enjoyed it, but it's not the kind of movie that I can watch over and over. It's just not. This is a good, really, really good movie. And let's just leave it at that. It's Best Picture winner. I mean, it was good. Now, 7th actually gave me a digital code for this movie. The extended cut of the remake. We're talking about remakes here. Poltergeist. I will say that I did not feel like dude, if you read some of the reviews, they ripped this movie to shreds. Okay? Which I didn't read before I watched the movie. But watching the movie, I was like, there's some really effective scares and some effective scenes in this movie. But what is it missing? It's missing something. And I think what it's missing is the everyday feeling of the Freelings in the original Poltergeist. By the way, I watched the extended cut and then immediately put in my copy of Poltergeist and started watching the beginning of it and seeing how it started. Because I think that's where this version got off to a bad start, because they basically just kind of jump into it. I don't know. I didn't connect with these characters like I connected with the original movie. Like, I mean, of course, look, if you've seen the original Poltergeist from 1982, right? Tobe Hooper directed, Steven Spielberg produced, wrote the story, or came up with the story, and then someone else wrote. Anyway, I connected with the kid, Robbie, of course, eaten by a tree, vomited up, goes through all kinds of crap. He's bloodied up and all that stuff. And his sister's caught in the TV. What the hell? Right? Then what happens? Clown attacks him. Always had a thing for clowns. And I'm pretty sure it's because of Poltergeist. But anyway, the thing is, a thing against clowns, I should say. Not a thing for clowns. Like I want to, F a clown. No. No. But anyway, my point is, a lot of the things were there. Even some of the shots were really cool. Some of the sequences were really cool. But there was something about, I just wasn't endeared to the characters enough. I mean, Sam Rockwell does what he can. He's kind of funny, but the rest of the characters just, I didn't really connect with them. I didn't really connect with Sam Rockwell either. It felt like he was doing a shtick, almost like the Iron Man 2 shtick, you know, which he's fun in that movie, but he sticks out, and not in the best way, because he doesn't seem to fit. Anyway, what I'm saying is this was okay. This was very, very okay. All it did is make me want to watch the original again. So there you go. And then, as Max brought up, Grand Hotel. Grand Hotel is part of the Joan Crawford set that I just started. So Joan Crawford is the Warner Archive set that I'm working on now. Never, as far as I know, have never seen a Joan Crawford movie. This is my first one. Great film. I really enjoyed it, but it's not my favorite Garbo performance. And I get, you know, because of this movie was like the Avengers of movies back then, because all of these huge stars were in one movie and everybody was losing their minds. I mean, dude, there was footage from the premiere, and like police were like trying to keep people back, and they couldn't keep people back. And then of course all the big stars and like, dude, Mayor, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, the guy was there. You know what I mean? There was so much in this movie that was like, holy crap. And I get it. It's fun. It's not the best movie though. I don't know. And then of course, we did get the trailer for The Odyssey. Was that last night? One of the things that was really interesting, I don't know if you saw this, but Christopher Nolan was on Colbert, right? And he was talking about shot with IMAX cameras, and the new camera is called the Keeley camera because he worked at IMAX and he recently passed away. It's Jeff Keighley's dad. Jeff Keighley, the video game guy that does all the big streams and things. I don't remember the name of the shit because I don't pay attention to video games as much. But his dad was the guy that basically pioneered the IMAX stuff and was basically a really good friend of Christopher Nolan. And for 20 years, you know, kind of pioneered IMAX cameras. His goal was to have every movie in the world shot on IMAX cameras. But anyway, that was kind of interesting. The trailer is good. The trailer just makes me want to see the movie. So, good job, trailer. So, there you go. There you go for that. A couple of other things. I saw Wraith here. Welcome, Wraith. I have something that I picked not specifically for you, but I was like, man, I hope Wraith is here when I talk about this because he's going to want to know about this. There is a book coming out, The Definitive History of The Crow. We'll explore the making of the iconic film, take a deep dive into the making of the iconic 94 film The Crow, exploring its origins in James O'Barr's haunting graphic novel and the lasting impact of its production in later sequels. The Crow, The Definitive History details the film's bold visual style, director Alex Proyas' creative vision, and the rise of Brandon Lee as the unforgettable Eric Draven. Despite tragedy, the crew's determination to bring the film to completion created a cult classic. The book traces the franchise's evolution through its sequels and examines how The Crow became a symbol of love, loss, and redemption, leaving a legacy that continues to resonate with fans. Through interviews, behind-the-scenes stories, and critical analysis, this is the definitive account of The Crow's lasting influence. So, this comes out on September 1st. It was supposed to come out last year. It comes out September 1st. I just wanted to throw that out there for those that were interested. A little tidbit of interesting news. Narnia. Greta Gerwig, director of Barbie, directing Narnia for Netflix. Netflix is pushing it back to 2027 to give it a full 51-day theatrical release. This is absolutely unprecedented from any standard when it comes to any movie that Netflix has put in theaters. Usually it's a week, 2 weeks, something like that. But that's it. 51 days. So it comes out February 12th, 2027, and will come out on Netflix April 2nd, 2027. Very interesting. It's almost as if Netflix is thinking, hey, we're going to get into this theatrical thing. Which is what they should have been doing from the beginning. But anyway, this is very cool. And And again, I don't really honestly care that much about Narnia, but I think this is cool news. It's almost like industry news. This is really cool that Netflix is doing this. And then finally, in my sort of, man, Billy would have loved this, and maybe he would have hated it. I don't know, but I found it very interesting. There was a secret screening of Gremlins last weekend, not 2 days ago, but yeah. Secret screening of Gremlins reveals assembly cut of 80s classic for the first time since 1983. Listen to this. I took some notes from this article. I thought it was interesting. Joe Dante screened a never-before-seen assembly cut of Gremlins from 1984. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the assembly cut of Gremlins was created in late 1983. The cut runs approximately 2 hours and 35 minutes in length, an hour longer than the theatrical version. This version features extensive alternate takes, deleted character moments, and extended Gremlin sequences. Dante apparently gave the only surviving version a personal VHS copy to the Gremlins Museum, an online archive and showcase of Gremlins props by Gremlins fanatic Ian Grant. Grant spent months cleaning up the material, digitizing it, and making it presentation worthy. The cut features plenty of unseen character arcs and alternate takes, noting that the first Gremlin doesn't even show up until an hour into the movie. The chaos at the bar, so where Phoebe Cates is working, goes on for 10 more minutes. And you can actually see the Gremlins walking around. And then one of the interesting things was that Phoebe Cates' speech about Christmas, you know, the chimney and the Santa Claus. Remember that? Yeah. Not in the movie. So very interesting. And I think, of course, people are saying, man, they should release that in 4K or whatever. Well, it's not going to be in 4K. It's a VHS, you know? And yeah, they maybe upsampled it and try to clean it up as best they could to put it on a movie screen. But I think we'd be lucky to get something like this. But here's something that I wanted to say is that I think one of the things that I love about what they've kind of been doing lately with a lot of movies, and they've been doing it, they really honestly have been doing it for a long time, but it's one of my favorite things, is new versions of the same movie, right? Or new cuts, which is kind of the reason why I got into fan edits for a while. But I realized everything they were doing was just changing. They were taking things out most of the time. Every now and then they'd throw some deleted scenes in, but for the most part, it was just they were taking things out that they didn't like. And it was like, this is very subjective, right? So I like when the director himself says, hey, this is an assembly cut. I'm kind of embarrassed about it. There's some stuff in here that shouldn't be in the movie, but here you go. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. So there you go. All caught up with the news, and it's time to end the show. No, let's get caught up. Should we? Shall we? Yes. Hot damn, that's an awesome xenomorph, isn't it? It's freaking huge. Should I grab it? It is cool. And it's actually heavy. Excuse me. Well, that's what it looks like. But yeah, awesome. Like the freaking glare. The skull is actually like translucent. I love that. Very cool. Very cool. Quarter scale. Like, I don't deserve this, man. I don't deserve it. It's too big. It's too awesome. It's too cool. But there you go. The original Halloween is the best. Not a fan of Halloween, but anyway. House on Haunted Hill. Bone Tomahawk. That's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's out there, and that's Kurt Russell, but man, I don't know if I could put that on the list. What do you think of the movie The Blob? I try not to. It's just not my thing. You know, that's kind of that to me, that is in that sort of the area of that I would call 50s schlock. And it's just, I've never been a schlock kind of guy. I just, for the most part, am just not a fan of that. Now, I like it when people are lampooning it. Like with Planet Terror, you know, with Grindhouse. I laughed my ass off watching that. Because it was meant to be campy and goofy and like we're making fun of all of these movies that I really don't like. But I had a great time with that. But for the most part, nah, it's just not for me. Road Warrior was better than Mad Max. Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. I think the Road Warrior is a solid sequel. Dark Knight is definitely Paddington 2, Blade 2, X-Men 2. I wouldn't agree with Blade 2. That's just me. But the other ones, yeah. People really crap on it, but I really like The Fly 2. The bit with the dog breaks my heart every time. I don't think I've ever seen The Fly 2. I saw the Jeff Goldblum one way back. I don't remember when. I was probably too young to see it. But I don't really remember it. That's one that I would like to revisit. I would like to see that released in 4K, and I'd probably end up buying it. But I overhyped it, but I love it. No, it's just not for me. You know, it's like, well, and it's 40 years after the movie came out. Of course it's going to look dated and it's not going to be like, I get it. But like, there's just a lot of things that, number one, some of it just doesn't make sense. And I'm just going to say it. Christopher Lambert, is it Lambert or Lambert? He's not the best actor. He doesn't have the most charisma in the world. So, Air Bud 2, Leprechaun 2. Don't know. Better hear Princes of the Universe by Queen in the movie. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens, but yeah. I'm not a, look, Queen is one of those bands that I totally have respect for what they've done. And I do like plenty of their songs. But I don't put them on the level of that other people do. It's just not me. It's just not for me. Amadeus, yep. Amadeus was really fun. It's like darts in a mall. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Back when I was around 20, I had friends who were super Highlander nerds. They loved that shit. Yeah, they loved it. I don't know if you meant to write that, but that's kind of funny. They loved it, that shit. I mean, I get it. Like I said, I totally understand because the lore is really like it's an interesting story. Like I liked that about it. I was really like, I was kind of taken aback by how interested I was in the lore. The problem is the lore has holes in it that doesn't quite make sense. How does someone just get born into being a Highlander? How do you find these people? I mean, I guess when you're immortal, there's a lot of things, but I had questions. And maybe some of the later movies and series or whatever, they try to answer those questions. I heard that most of the sequels and stuff, they don't match up, which means it's not for me. I'm not going to waste my time because if I didn't love Highlander 1, I'm probably not going to love Highlander 2, Highlander the whatever, the Return of McLeod. I don't even know what the things are called. But like I said, I enjoyed it. But yeah. Did you watch Redbeard yet? Star Fox? I did not. You know why? Because my Blu-ray shipped yesterday. So I'm going to watch it on Blu-ray when I get it. Is that Jeremy Piven on the Amadeus cover? He Mozart? No, Bonobo Juice. That is Tom Hulse, who was nominated for Best Actor for Amadeus. I have a book like that from the 90s, but I'm going to buy this too. Oh yeah. I mean, that looks like, that's something that I definitely would probably want to buy. That Crow book looks awesome. Just saw that the Odyssey movie, Damon looks miscast, and the acting doesn't look as good as previous Odyssey movies. Also, the Cyclops looks like garbage. I don't know. I think it looks kind of awesome and epic. And I love Matt Damon. And I think the cast is pretty insane. So I want to see the movie for sure. I'm going to see the movie. It's just a matter of, does it really... And the thing is did I read the Odyssey? Yeah. In high school. I barely remember it. So, I don't know. It's not like, oh, I'm going to read the Odyssey again before I see it. I don't know. If it was a secret, who do we know? You talking about the Gremlins thing? I'd watch that for Billy. Oh, the Gremlins thing? For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it's weird how like there's so many things that like I even saw an announcement that they're supposedly Gremlins 2 is coming out in 4K disc, which, like I said, I've never seen it. And that's one of those where I feel like I need to see it just for Billy because I know he loved it, but I never saw it. So, I don't know. Kingdom of Heaven is, oh, absolutely. And I bring that up all the time. I have the DVD, I have the Blu-ray, and the new Steelbook of Kingdom of Heaven. Love Kingdom of Heaven. And yes, the theatrical cut was very not good, and the director's cut is superior and may have won multiple Academy Awards if it had been released in place of the theatrical version. If they hadn't been chickens and said, you know what, let's put this 3.5 hour epic on out in the movies. I don't know. Xenomorph Warrior Space Alien. A lot of the Highlander fandom is more about the 90s TV show than the movie because it really fleshed out the lore. Yeah, I heard that was very hit and miss. But I didn't watch. I'm not a TV guy. For the most part, not TV guy. So I don't know. They can sense each other as immortals. Great cinematography and story. The acting, Redbeard just hooks me. Oh, trust me, I'm going to watch it. I'm excited for it. It's like, there's still a, what is it? Dodescaden? I think I don't know how you say it. I'm not Japanese. But that's another one of Kurosawa's that I haven't seen that's on my watch list, and I just haven't watched it yet. I like the sequel to Blade. It was called Guess Who's Blading 2? Bonobo Juice, that was a good one. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be... Dude, even I think my least favorite Kurosawa Toshiro Mifune movie that I've seen so far is probably Throne of Blood. And it's not because it's bad. It's just because it's not as good as the other ones. So I can almost guarantee you if the BFI is releasing Redbeard on Blu-ray, it's going to be worthy of the Blu-ray, and I'm probably going to like it. So there you go. Rob, 3 movies you like to see someone play a different lead role in. And what movie? 3 movies you like to see someone play a different lead role in, and what movie? Okay, I'm not exactly understanding what you're saying. Maybe you're saying, what movie would I prefer to have a different lead actor? Maybe go with that. Okay. Highlander with Harrison Ford. Highlander with, any hot actor in the mid 80s. I think he had a look to him that was like, whoa. Like, he has charisma, but his actual acting skills to lead a movie, I don't know. And Clancy Brown, holy crap, he was great in that. I really enjoyed him in that. A fun role to just, man, as an actor, just chew on. That's one of those things where I'm like, see, if they had cast, look, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm the end all be all and I should have been the casting director of every movie for the last 50 years. It should have been Rob Michaels. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Christopher Lambert is not a great actor. And for a movie that had that much potential, they should have bet on another actor, like an actor that could have played the part and actually had the whole package. Christopher Lambert had a lot, but he didn't have, the acting was not there. I don't know. It's in other words, for me, watching that, it's kind of disappointing because I feel like it had the potential to be more than what it was, which could have meant that Highlander 2 got a bigger budget. You know what? There's all kinds of things. Who was the big hot star in the mid 80s? I mean, you had probably Kurt Russell. You had Kurt Russell actually could have been interesting. Dude, Liam Neeson. Oh, I still forgot the movie. It's still in there. Excalibur. I watched the 4K of Excalibur. I hadn't seen that movie in a long time. I will just say, good movie. It's absolutely the best King Arthur version I've ever seen. Absolutely, no question. But I feel like that has more potential today. I think you doing a really good Game of Thrones level, not sex and violence. I'm just talking Game of Thrones level of care and attention to detail and all that. King Arthur story, it could beat that. Excalibur is top tier King Arthur story or top tier King Arthur movie. But I feel like they tried to do too much. They tried to do his whole life when they should have just said, let's just make this part of his life really awesome and good. I feel like that's what they should have done. Because I think an actually better King Arthur story is The Sword and the Stone. Because it's all about him as a kid. If you've read, I read 3 different books. I read Le Morte d'Arthur, I read Once and Future King, and then I read that that other King Arthur book. Basically collecting stories of King Arthur and all that kind of stuff. That is the thing that makes me say, look, these are all great stories, but they're not all about King Arthur. And the problem with Excalibur is that King Arthur becomes not the focus of the last half of the movie. Because once he becomes king, all of especially in Le Morte d'Arthur, he just stays at home while all of his knights are getting into adventures. And so you're reading the story of Sir Gareth, the story of Sir Gawain, the story, you know what I mean? Percival. All of these amazing stories, Lancelot, all of these amazing stories have nothing to do, like King Arthur is definitely less than a supporting character. So that's the problem with Excalibur, in my opinion, as a movie, as a whole, is that it tries to bites off more than it can chew. The Sword and the Stone stays in its lane and just tells a really, really great story. That's why The Sword and the Stone will forever remain in probably my top 5 Disney animated films of all time. So there you go. Okay, anyway. I have never seen Gremlins 2 until like 2 or 3 months ago. It was fun. Okay. Don't let him or any dork make you think it's Lambert. It's Lambert. I went to school with the Lamberts. You become a Highlander when you're offspring of Sean Connery. That's how. I'm guessing that was somebody subscribed. Well, thank you for subscribing, you nameless wonder. I don't know. But anyway, sorry. We're still going. We're still going, damn it. We still got things to get through. Oh, I see. Well, I'm on the cover of the movie I'm a Dumbass. Wait, I'm in live chat? Okay. He was awesome as Raiden, but he was limited. If he had to carry that movie would not have worked. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. Look, I'm making a judgment call, and I understand it might make some people mad. But I think Christopher Lambert is not a great actor and doesn't have the ability to carry a film like that. That's my opinion. Yeah, that Hogan cameo. Kingdom of Heaven with Schwarzenegger. He spent a decade trying to get a Crusaders movie made, and he got trapped in development hell around when Carolco, however you say it, went under. I did not know that. Interesting. I never watched Highlander. I thought Beastmaster was a better watch. I tried watching Beastmaster again and shut it off 20 minutes in. Cheesy. Holy crap. I watched Beastmaster like 2 years ago because I saw, oh my God, it's on Amazon Prime for free. Because because what I was doing is I was looking at the 4K discs that I wanted, and I saw, oh my God, there's this amazing Beastmaster 4K edition that sold out, months or years or whatever, a long time ago. So yeah, in order to get that limited edition thing, it would have been really, really expensive. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. But then saw it on Amazon. I was like, oh, cool. So I put it on, watched it. The whole time I'm just going, oh my God. And dude, Tanya Roberts is like super nude in that movie. Like a couple of times. In fact, I think I saw pubic areas. All I know is she's another one. Not the best actress, but she was good looking. So, just saying. Anyway. Yes, my friends loved both the movies and the TV show. Of what? Oh, the Highlander? Oh, gotcha. Christopher Lambert playing Raiden in the OG 95 Mortal Kombat movie was him speaking his lines in a monotone rasp with a lisp. I love the last line of the movie when he says, I don't think so. Yeah. He isn't much of an actor, but his demeanor, his voice, and charisma. Yes, but that's not enough. Okay. Here's another judgment call. Well, it doesn't, it's not controversial. Keanu Reeves. Not the best actor, but tons of charisma, all that stuff. He's got all the same things that Christopher Lambert has. The difference is the movies that he picks don't require him too much. Sometimes it goes a little awry. There are, mistakes afoot. But for the most part, he stays in his lane. And they play to his strengths. And so the movies can work, even though he's the lead. But Highlander was too much for him, for Christopher Lambert. That's just my opinion. And look, the guy may be an amazing guy and all that kind of stuff, and he may have gotten better over the years. I haven't seen the evidence of that. It's just, and that's just my opinion. I don't know. Top 3 best revenge movies. Revenge, no. Tony Scott film, Kevin Costner, and I always get her name wrong because I confuse her with Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, but that's not who it is. She was in 12 Monkeys. I always do this. I always do it. I'm an FBI agent. Yeah. Perfect example. Point Break works in spite of Keanu Reeves, not because of him. Madeline Stowe. Thank you. For some reason, as soon as I see her, I go, oh, it's Mary Elizabeth. No, it's not. Madeline Stowe. That's right. I think it was Madeline Stowe that was in Shortcuts, and I was surprised at how naked she was all the way through it. But anyway, revenge. Kill Bill, right? Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. That's probably number 1. Is Man on Fire considered a revenge? Because he's really just trying to get her back. It's not the same. That's tough. I did like Revenge, but I still don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's the best movie. I don't know. What is that? Oh, the thumbs up. The thumbs up, Wesley. Thank you. Thank you so much for that $3. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're making Justin wait in Discord. It's been 20 minutes. Hey, man, I'm still talking. I'm still getting caught up here. In 2000, Lambert did a rip-off of a 7 called Resurrection. An interesting premise, but Christ, he is god-awful in it. Wow. We've got Bush. Yeah, exactly. I was actually kind of amazed that was a PG film. Beastmaster is PG. And there's full frontal female nudity in that movie. Just saying. Is Prometheus an Aliens related movie like the movie Alien? Are they connected? Yes, the problem with Prometheus is that it doesn't do enough. I think that was that, which took a long time. Sorry about that. But anyway, yes, it is in the same universe. It is loosely connected. The next film, Alien Covenant, does more to bring it in line with what we think of as Alien. The problem is neither one of them are 100% great. So it's a thing. Patrick Swayze carried that whole movie. I love Point Break. Unabashedly love Point Break. You know why? Part of the reason why is because one of the most underrated directors of all time, it directed that movie. Catherine Bigelow. Yes, a female director who I think stands toe-to-toe with almost any action director of all time. Catherine Bigelow with Point Break, with Zero Dark 30, with Strange Days. She's awesome. Awesome. It sucks that her career just wasn't full of movies. She should have made 10, 15 movies. Okay, maybe that's too much. She should have made more movies because she's really good. Mandy with Nick Cage. I can't remember why you're talking about Mandy. Did I see Mandy? I think I saw Mandy. John Wick is revenge. Oh, John Wick. Yeah. Yeah, John Wick. Yes, of course. Of course, John Wick. He saw Beeve. What? Beeve. Yes, I saw Beeve. Clean Cheeks Deluxe Part 2. Full frontal and PG movies. Further proof that the 80s reigned supreme. I mean, there was also the entire orgy scene in Logan's Run PG film. That one was nuts. Nuts. Would Christopher Lambert give up his seat to a lady on the subway? That's the question. What is your thoughts on Alien Resurrection? That's one of those movies that feels tonally is weird. I like the movie and I can watch the movie, but it's nowhere on par. Like directed, I can't remember his name, but directed by the same guy that did Amelie, the French film with Audrey Tautou. I think that's I don't know how you say her name. Anyway, Jean. Anyway, Alien Resurrection is good. It's fine, but not really good and not great either. Not bad, but good. Fine. There are things that I like about it and some great scenes in it. And I mean, anytime that you can have Michael Wincott in a movie, A+ in my book. But no, it's a fine film. It's not great. It's like if you're into Alien, you gotta watch everything, even the ones that suck. Dude, Alien vs. Predator Requiem is terrible. It's a terrible movie, but you gotta see it. Just like if you're a Predator fan, you've got to watch The Predator. The Predator. The one that came out, not Prey and not Predator Badlands. I'm talking about The Predator, the movie that came out before Prey. It's terrible, but you got to see it. I don't know. That's kind of how I look at it, but great show, man. See you next time. Hey, Wesley, good night. Have a good one, sir. We're about to wrap things up and go over to the Discord anyway, but hey, thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. Dude, the support's been amazing. Thank you. I need to watch A Scanner Darkly. Very unique premise. Same with Being John Malkovich. Scanner Darkly is one of those that Rufus loves because he loves that rotoscoping stuff. From Dusk Till Dawn, a movie that could be remade. Yes, but what made From Dusk Till Dawn so amazing was the fact that even in the trailers, they didn't make you think that it was going to change midway into a different movie. So I just don't know. I think I'm honestly, From Dusk Till Dawn is a great example of a movie that almost made it. Like it's not 100% successful, in my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with that. You hear that my nose is getting stopped up again? So that one is definitely ripe with possibilities, but it's all in the writing, and it's all, I believe wholeheartedly you've got to start with a great script. But even then, you've got to get the financing, and you've got to get a great director, a director that knows how to, and a good casting director can make all the difference too. There's so many pieces. That's what's so frustrating about when people just shit on movies all the time. You don't understand how there's so many parts to a movie that can go wrong. And when it's done right, it's a miracle. So From Dusk Till Dawn is one of those that, yeah, I believe that they could probably remake that. The problem is you're betting on the fact that people are already going to know the premise, And that's one of the things that made From Dusk Till Dawn so amazing. Anyway. By the way, you guys need anything? I'm running to the Madeline stove. No, it's not already done. What would you change about Batman The Dark Knight if you had to change some things? I don't like the sonar bit at the end. It feels weak. Other than that, almost a perfect film. Alien Resurrection had Joss Whedon taint to the script. I mean, yes, he did write it, but I don't think that was the problem. I think the problem, it was tonally weird. Maybe that's what you're saying, is that tonally it just didn't feel right. I forgot that he wrote that. But yeah, I don't know. Alien Resurrection, different movie, is it's like if you could argue that my opinion, Alien is number 1. Alien's right behind it. Alien 3, couple of notches down. It's exponentially bad. So Alien is here. Aliens is 1 notch down. Alien 3 is 2 notches down from that. And then Alien Resurrection is 3 or more, 4, maybe 5. You know what I mean? It's an exponential drop in quality, in my opinion. But I still enjoy it. So, and that's one where there's enough in it that I like that, Mandy's a revenge film, Bush scene with Kelly LeBrock and Woman in Red. I miss the 80s. Did I see Mandy? I don't know if I think I might have seen that. Best gonna get a hell of a lot effing better. You're gonna feel like, oh yeah. Yeah, there's some really great stuff in From Dusk Till Dawn, but it doesn't 100% come together. I feel like there's a viscosity problem with the blood in that movie. It feels comic booky and not in a good way. It should have been more horrific and less funny. But that's just my opinion, Hey, if we're not in Discord soon, just wait longer. Alien Erection. That's the next movie in the pipeline. Justin, we're on the way. Guys, thank you so much. By the way, just in case you hadn't seen it, yes, I did get a amazing quality lightsaber for my birthday. My dad gave me a big, huge birthday loot box, and I purchased this. It is a episode 3.5, Obi-Wan lightsaber. That is awesome. And that is customizable. This is purple. It's weird how the colors don't work on this camera. There's an orange.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
So a dark saber. Yeah. Yeah, that one's like fire.
Lord Vader.
Yeah, okay.
CC.
Smooth Jedi.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the force.
Something. That lightsaber was Luke's.
Here's my favorite. Dude, come on. Wonder why that's not working.
Something.
Remember, a Jedi.
Why am I going backwards? Anyway, sorry. I was just waiting for the Discord to load up because it takes forever. Let's see. Justin and Stafaux are in here. So, guys, if you want to hang out, come hang out in the Discord. Come hang out in the Discord. The second half of Tombstone makes it a fantastic revenge film. Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty good. That's pretty good, yeah. But hey, y'all have a great freaking rest of your week. Thank you for the support tonight. I mean, I never expected.
Alien Erection is my favorite film.
Oh, hi, Justin. Alien Erection is his favorite film. I forgot that I already clicked on that. So I was like, what the hell? But welcome, guys, to the Discord if you're coming in the Discord. Otherwise, hey, we'll see you next time. All right? Y'all have a good night. Bye.